Bam! Welcome back to Me Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And tonight we are going to show you guys how to appropriately and properly clean your feet like gentlemen.
Tough acting to acting is your friend on the battlefield of the gridiron or off the battlefield.
That's right. John Madden said it himself.
Take those germs down between the toes and out of the shower. And
invite your best friend over and have him suck your feet.
That's the best way to do it. You got to suck the poison out. Suck that bacteria.
I see you're celebrating Pride Month this month.
I love the gays. Nothing about the gays are offensive to me. Yeah, I got some new lights. I came in yesterday. I've been trying to go through different settings, and I just settled on the out of the box RGB because I didn't have time to really set it up. So I was like, oh, because I was like, oh yeah, I got this thing. I forgot to set it up last night. I got it out of the box, got it all put together. I just hadn't tested it.
It looks really cool on that one toy that's like, excuse me, action.
That's the one I wanted to highlight.
Yeah. And then you could see the bottom of the ring light captured. And then underneath it.
I wish this camera would detach and look at this place is just, it looks like the back of like a Big Lots. There's shit everywhere. I gotta like clean this area.
Did you just now open the light?
No, I opened it last night and I put it together. I just didn't test it.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's like candy chrome. It looks like Joker's Mercedes or Joker's car in Suicide Squad.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure that we can't ever be accused of being anti-gay or anything like that. Like, obviously, right. I have an RGB light behind me. I'm celebrating the rainbow flag, not only in the Bible with Noah promising, the God's promise, also the Gay Pride Month. It's all good.
Yeah, and also we do have sex with men on camera, so there's
obviously, so it's all good. By the way, speaking of sex on camera, that's never good. That doesn't even make sense. Speaking of crappy sex, The Long Walk. What a crappy movie. What a crappy...
Did you see this? Did you see the film?
I did not like it.
Are you serious? Because all I've seen is that everybody. Oh, no, I'm excited. I need like the whole.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I gave it I gave it a 5.0.
Wow.
The ending of the movie is completely butchered from what the book was. The book has a way better significant ending. I can't obviously spoil it. The dude that played Pete McVries or whatever is the guy from Romulus, the android that was the best friend or whatever. He's in it as well, and he tries to do like some kind of country accent, and he's from London. It just does not work. It just mushmouth is awful. I don't know. I knew it would probably be boring. I just feel like I thought they might do a little bit better of a good job of.
Well, I mean, it's your favorite all-time Stephen King book. Why would my favorite book be boring?
Well, because it's not boring necessarily. I feel like they would have done a better job of like exploring the relationships between the characters in a better way. This is why when I watched the movie, I was like, this would have been a great like 8-episode series on HBO Max. Right. Because then you would have had 45 minutes to an hour to explore each of these characters, and then when the moments happen, it's a lot more horrific. There are moments in it that are good, don't get me wrong, but otherwise, it's just, I don't know, I just didn't like it. Yes, Chalmers, you're right. I can't say what you're saying about because that would be a spoiler, but there is none of that in the end of the book or end of the story. And the end of the book, I swear, I don't know why they took it out. I don't know why they took this out. I don't know if it was because it was just too depressing, it was too haunting, and they wanted some kind of like resolution, and that's why they added this new ending in. I just felt like it slaps you in the face from what the book is actually meant to be. It's not supposed to be a happy ending. So I don't know. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a decent adaptation. But it's just not. It's not meant for the silver screen. It was not meant for the silver screen.
How was Mark Hamill? Because to me, like in the trailer,
every time I heard him
he
talk,
looked like he was overacting.
Every time I heard him talk, it was like, when are you going to talk about, when you're going to interrupt Batman's plans? Because it just felt like he was doing Joker's voice trying to sound hard.
Oh, wow.
He's not bad, but he's not great. It's like, oh, it's Mark Hamill. It's like going and getting a piece of bologna. You know what it's going to taste like unless you put condiments on it.
That's what I was confused by watching the trailer. I was like, this guy's supposed to be like super intense and scary, and he's just like, it's Mark Hamill with a blowhorn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he's not in it as much. I mean, he's in it, but he's not like a big time presence in the film. Okay, when he pops up, you're like, oh, it's Cockducker from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
That's how he's acting like in the trailer to me.
Yeah, he's trying to be. There's moments in it like he does. He's not bad. But he's not great. There's nothing about. Mark Hamill is one of the most overrated actors in Hollywood. He just is. I'm sorry. Like, dude, like he's great as Joker. He was one of the best parts of the Batman animated series from the 90s. Obviously with Kevin Conroy, he was amazing. He was awesome as Luke Skywalker, but that's it.
He's never done anything bad in the later Luke Skywalker films, though.
Well, yeah, he sucked on some tits for blue milk, but that's not his fault. That's Rian Johnson. That's Ryan
This
Johnson's
is my green
fault.
titty.
Well, that's not his fault. That's Ryan Johnson. I put the blame on him completely. Even Mark Hamill put the blame on Ryan Johnson. He's like, this is not my Luke Skywalker. Anyway, the point being is, as an actor himself, he's not that great. I never thought he was that great. I mean, I remember he was like Trickster in The Flash. So stupid.
Yeah, not everyone who came out of Star Wars was a Harrison Ford. You know what I mean?
Well, or even a Carrie Fisher. She's a good actress
even
too.
Lando.
Yeah, Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca, is probably a better actor, has more range than Luke Skywalker. But my point being is, anyhow, as far as the film itself goes, if you're a fan of the book, if you like the Long Walk book and you enjoyed that book and you understood what it meant and how it ended and things like that, you're not going to like this movie as much. It's not. It follows a lot. Some of the characters are the same. They kind of, the tone is there, but generally speaking, it's boring. Like, it's just like things there's a way to tell this story and they failed. And I think
boring. Wow.
There's a lot of boring moments. And I think the reason why is because the silver screen, the theater, was not the medium for this. I think it should have been a small screen adaptation put on HBO Max or Amazon or something like that, where you get to know the characters a little bit better. And then their deaths or things that happen to them have more meaning. And then you get to explore this more.
Let me ask you this then, because I didn't see it. So let me ask you this. There was a commercial that they made. And in the commercial, they did that paranormal activity thing where they shot the audience in night vision. And they're all like, oh my God. Oh my God. And they're doing that stuff. And in the trailer, they were like, we hooked up heart rate monitors to our audience. And they said that after the first 20 minutes, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like after the first 20 minutes of the film, the audience's heart rate average was over 200 beats a minute. In the audience, because they were so scared.
Those were all just fat people with heart issues. That's all it was. They probably.
So is there any realm in
they all ate too much buttered popcorn? I don't know. Like they all had to fart, and they were monitoring their hearts, and they had gas. There's nothing about this movie that's horrific. There's nothing about this movie that's scary. There's nothing about this movie that necessarily has any kind of thriller element to it. The big reveal, which happens with one of the main characters towards the end, doesn't have any weight whatsoever because they did such a terrible job of introducing these characters to begin with and building those relationships out. You don't give a shit. In the book, when you find that out, you're like, wow, this is awesome. This is crazy. This
sounds like a Hulu movie.
Well, I think it was a money grab, honestly. I think they were optioning a lot of stuff, and they were like, let's try this out and see if it works out. And maybe they were trying to do a wink and a nod about, I don't know. Maybe they were trying to do a political statement about today's society. I don't know. There's no Trumpisms in it necessarily, but maybe there is things about it. When Stephen King wrote this, he was a 19-year-old kid during the Vietnam War in the 60s, and all that shit was going on. And it was all about lottery numbers and who was going to go be drafted to the Vietnam War. And he says as much as he just recently did a Reddit AMA, and someone asked him about when he wrote this. He's like, I was a 19-year-old kid. I was doing it for money, and I was trying to impress a girl. And he's like, but the inspiration for it comes from the fact that during Vietnam, I drew a number high, so I didn't have to go. But I had a lot of friends that drew low, and they had to go. So it's kind of like that. It was inspired by that.
Yeah, I mean, so what is it you think? Because I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the thing that you do to me all the time now. All right.
Hold on a minute. Wait. Clinton says, how do you take a shit while you walk 3 miles an hour? Yeah, interestingly enough, they have to stop. They have to pop a squat while they walk, and so how it works is like this. You have to walk at a minimum speed of 3 miles per hour, which I think the original novel, it was like 4, but Stephen King said he didn't know. There was nothing Google, so he didn't know the actual average speed is 3 miles per hour, but you have to walk 3 miles per hour. You get 3 warnings. After the third warning, you're shot if you fall below 3 miles an hour for any reason whatsoever. But if you get a warning, you can walk a mile to walk off one of those warnings. So if you get a warning, as long as you walk a mile without getting another warning, it drops off and you get back to 0.
Oh, that's
if you have to shit or take a pee or vomit or change your tampon from your butt crack or whatever it is, you have to stop and do that.
And this is the book. You're not spoiling anything from the movie.
This is in the book. This is not spoiling anything. But you can't stop whatsoever. Nothing. You cannot fall below the 3 mile per hour threshold.
There's a bomb on the bus.
There is a moment where somebody does take like one of the kids gets like diarrhea cramps and he can't stop shitting, and people are like, just pull your pants out and shit on the road as you walk, and he won't do it. There's a whole thing that happens. But then there's another scene where the other guy has to just hop a squat really quick and shit and then run up, and he's like, God damn, you smell. He goes, well, I ain't wiped. Obviously.
No, so there's a lot of poop in this film.
There's like 2 scenes of poop. Okay. But the overall film is poop. So it goes along.
Emotionless disagrees with you. He says that it's his favorite movie of 2025, and he teared up like 5 times. And I haven't read the book, so maybe that would change.
Yeah, The Long Walk is an amazing book. The Long Walk, the actual book is so well written, and it's you fall in love with the characters, you fall in love with the story. The deaths and the moments that happen matter, but they do a good job. Again, this is because the book adapted for the small screen would have worked better, and you'd had more time to flesh out these characters and these ideas more so than, you know, an hour and 35-minute movie.
What do you think? Why do you think that? Because it's so as of right now, it sits as an 89% fresh by critics and an 85% fresh by audiences.
They're
So
all
what do you think?
fucking-
What do you think
all
everybody's
fucking-
blowing?
Stephen King's dick behind the scenes, I guess. I don't, because that's all horse shit. I don't know what movie they watched or what kind of like swag bag they got to say that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, watch it for yourself. But as a longtime avid Stephen King fan and lover of his books, 100%, it doesn't even get close to the source material. It's completely, there are things, I'm sorry, there are parts of it that do get close to the source. Generally speaking, it's the same,
No.
but they've ruined a lot of it by trying to rush the story. And then they completely changed the ending for some reason, because I know what it was. They're like, well, we don't want to get people too upset because they'll walk out of the theaters depressed. It's depressing. It's supposed to be depressing.
Well, careful, because you're leading to spoilers there, because you're saying
no, I'm not
if
saying
it was
what
a happy ending or not. But like,
well, depending on how you look at it, it could still be considered depressing.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I haven't even seen it, but like I will say this: like I've rarely seen a trailer come out for a movie, and everybody be so pumped for it, and I've rarely been like, I literally just it did not move. I didn't get a fucking bloop bloop. That I thought the trailer was not. It was not that it was terrible, but it's like it's a movie about people walking. And
Yeah.
I like the director about it, but the director of the Hunger Games doing another Hunger Games movie, the Mark Hamill thing. Like I watched the trailer, dude, and I was like, this kind of looks like it's funny, dude, because like I didn't read the book, but to me, this looks like it would be a really interesting, like 16, 17-minute YouTube short film. Like I don't understand how it would even be like a whole movie about these people walking. Like I feel like they're pushing the that's how I felt about it.
Well, the idea behind the long walk, again, the book explains it in better detail. And again, that would have been why it would have been better suited for a small screen, because you have time to go over those themes and why it's like that and what's going on and where we are at in a country. And the reason why this is allowed. But anyhow, you don't get that. It's a boring movie. It's not that good. It's a 5.0. The acting is decent across the board. There's nothing that stands out. But I really,
Did you come?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay, well that's important too.
I had no ejaculate in me body for this film.
Okay, well,
but no, I will say that guy. I keep calling him a kid. He's not a kid, but the dude that was in Romulus that plays the Pete McBride's in this, or Vries, he's a decent actor. But dude, there's something about Londoners that try to do Southern accents from America when they can't pull it off. You just sound like you got a cock in your mouth. Spit that shit out and talk normal. Like just don't.
He was good in Romulus.
He was great in Romulus, but he's a Londoner that was trying to do like a deep Southern accent. Like, good boys, I just try to tell y'all, well, you gotta take the good things in life. But he sounded like this. I gotta say, good job. Yeah, God actually almost naked. It was weird. You didn't, and I was like, are you trying to be Cajun? Because it sounded awful.
I watched there's something that's actually, being from the South, there's something that really makes you mad. Not to the point like you want to go on Twitter and get someone canceled or anything, but there's something that when you watch someone do a fake country accent and they suck at it, kind of makes you mad. Like the gecko from the Geico commercials the other day. It was in a diner. It was like, I'm gonna have an American root beer, and I'm like, you don't even sound country is the easiest fucking accent.
Well, for us because we grew up in country, but
but I mean, you could just get that skater out right now and just roll it down the mountaintop. You know what I mean?
It ain't no problem. We're gonna meet up at the Valvoline gas station with the trucks and diesel fuel and go ahead and get on a NASCAR game. My point being is, if you can't do it, I would never try to do like a convincing Irish accent because I couldn't do it. I would sound stupid. I would sound completely retarded.
Yeah, not in
I
the
was
movie.
sitting there going, leprechauns and lucky charms. Like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck.
I can't believe he has to walk so far.
I feel like it takes.
I don't know if he can make it.
Yeah, it just takes you out of the film overall when when it gets fucked up that bad. And I mean, it's not just. I think his name's David Johnson. Thank you, JT, that said that. The other guy, he's a great actor. That was in Fury. I think it was Fury. It was one of those movies, and he had to have it was the bad guy. It's like, did he die? He tried to do some kind of deep Southern country accent. It comes off as it's just so flat.
So he did that in the White Lotus.
It just comes off, and he's an amazing actor, like top tier, but he cannot hit that. Anyway, I feel like I'm railing on an accent, but it's just, it removes you from the film. When you know that guy is putting on that, he can't do it. Anyway, like I said, the acting across the board is pretty decent. There's nothing about the acting that I can necessarily say that's bad. But overall, the story, it's empty. It's a quick money grab kind of film. And it's like, it's a shame too, because I don't think anybody will ever pick up the book because of the movie.
That is not true, Tomo. I'll have you know that I grew up in the rodeo. That's actually semi-true. I grew up I rode a steer at 8 years old. Grew up around that. They have rodeos in North Carolina. They have rodeos. They're not just in Texas.
Yeah.
So stop trying to take our rodeos.
Yeah, but Ash in Technicolor says I really liked the movie, but I didn't read the book. That's fine. I mean, it's cool if you liked it, no doubt. I'm sure people would like this movie. Maybe it does hit on a certain nerve, and they can kind of get it. But at the end of the day, the book is far superior, and it really sucks that it's my favorite book Stephen King ever wrote. And it was such a watered down version of that book. And it like looking at it on page and then transferring that to script. I don't know how anybody could be like, this would make a great TV series. Yeah. This would make an awesome TV series.
Maybe it was King. He was like, no more miniseries of my shit.
Could have been, but I don't think he really gives that much of a shit who options it, just as long as they do a good job with it, generally speaking. I don't think he has any say in whether it's silver screen or little screen. He was fine with
his little advertisement he did for it was kind of rough to watch.
Oh shit! Emotionally Zombie says I like it better than Weapons.
Oh
damn!
All right, man.
I'm in the middle of watching Weapons. I haven't finished it.
Hey, dude, I like Mathew McConaughey in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: New Generation. So we're all people, and we can all have our own opinions. None of them are wrong. Except for that Mathew McConaughey was good in that movie because he was. And
I think Mathew McConaughey's best performance ever was in Interstellar. It just is what it is.
He was pretty great in that movie, but you are putting aside Dallas Buyers Club, and
that's a good one. That's more. But I would give Dallas Buyers Club's great, but you got to give it to Jared Leto on that one. Like that motherfucker deserved that award.
Fuck, was that?
Yeah,
that was Jared Leto. No, maybe Jared Leto. Either way, yeah, Mathew McConaughey's a good actor, though. By the way, good book. By the way, I read it while I poop. Green Lights. Mathew McConaughey's life story. Pretty wild, but there's some shit that I will say Mathew McConaughey is I want to believe him because I like him, so I'm gonna believe him. But he said he spins a crazy yarn, dude. At one point, he says that he just like went on some weird African safari, and then like he told people he was a boxer because he didn't want them to know who he was. But then he went to some crazy tribe, and they were like, "You fight Chakutu." And then like their biggest tribe member came out, and he had to fight this giant like 6'5" dude in a pit. But he did it, and he beat it, and he won their respect. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I believe you right now, Matt. I want to. I just don't know. I'm going to choose to because I like you.
McConaughey said that?
Yeah. This is whole chapter of his book.
He was like, I was trying to teach him how to play hacky sack out in the African desert, and they wouldn't let me teach him. And instead, I had to cut a fucking lion.
He was literally Ace Ventura in When Nature Calls, except for he didn't fight Tommy Davidson. He fought Shaq. like that's a true story in that book, dude. Yeah, and I'll read that. I'm pooping. I'm like, I don't know, Matt, but I believe everything else you said. So why not?
Speaking of like getting high and things that probably never happened for 1,000, Alex, because I don't know if that's true or not, but this is true. And I don't have it pulled up. I don't have any of the links or anything because I was just reading about it. So you remember, you guys remember us talking about 3-Eye Atlas, which is this interstellar object that's on its way toward Earth. It's going to slingshot around the Earth, go behind the sun, and then go off into the distance. And then there was this,
science fiction.
This is actually happening. Avi Loeb, who's the I think he's a Harvard professor. Can't remember if it's Harvard or Oxford. Is the one that's proclaiming that this is possibly or potentially could be an alien mothership that we need to take precautions to make sure.
We talked about this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the new thing that's come out about this is that it's glowing green now. If you look at this shit from the new telescopic,
why would that be happening?
Well, listen, if you look at the new telescopic images that were released by NASA via Hubble and a few other amateur astronomers,
sponsored by Nutella.
Yeah, Nutella. Get that chocolate, put it between your crack. It feels good. But apparently it's glowing green, and this has been released by new images on Hubble and things like that. It looks like a fucking Borg mothership from a distance. Like, holy shit. Star Trek First Contact warned us about this, or like some of the green lights in Independence Day. You don't know. You did not shoot that green shit at me kind of moments. And what they're saying is that it's heating up because it's nearing the sun and it's releasing some kind of gas something that's causing it to be green. But I don't know, man. It's weird. They've never seen anything like this. The way it's reacting is strange. And then this guy, Avi Loeb, is also saying that the reason why precautions are needed is because once this thing gets behind the sun, it would be in the perfect position to launch probes or even attack if it wanted to. You never see it coming.
I just like take or leave it said. And as we know, green is the alien color.
Almost says Jay, call History Channel. You got a new show. Yeah, my hair's getting like that. I could just be like that dude, like aliens. And then it's weird, but so all this is happening around the cusp of them talking about the Hellfire missiles that hit that drone. That all is coming out and being released now at a congressional hearing, along with eyewitnesses that talked about during the early 80s that that Russia almost launched nuclear missiles at America because some fucking weird UFO like got lost and was drunk and like hovered over their missile silos and almost turned everything on.
So
then on top of that,
perspective about why it's green.
But then on top of that, you have NASA has just confirmed, well, it's not completely confirmed, but they are finding microbes or something possible ancient alien life on Mars now from some kind of rock outcropping. They've done some analysis on it, and it shows that it's possible that microbes made that shit. So I don't know. It feels like everything's like it's all like going together, one thing after the other.
Well, so why does that dude think that shit's green? What's his
the Avi Loeb? I don't know if he specifically commented on it, but I think that the main theory for a lot of the scientists, or it's reacting because it's heating up, it's getting closer to the sun, and it's releasing some type of like gas or something that's causing it to give this glow luminescent.
I'll buy that.
This is all guesswork, though. We've never seen an interstellar object like this in our lives. This is literally from outside the fucking solar system.
This should be at the top of the news.
It's not. It's not, and it never will be
because it's fucking news.
No, they'll say release the Epstein.
I'm not gonna lie though, dude. Yeah, that's true. The Epstein thing they should probably figure out what's going on with that. But I'm not gonna lie. I just looked over here in the corner of my eye, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I see. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Come back to me. Wait. Yeah, let me just zoom in, dude. I'm sorry if I look like I wasn't paying attention, but I went where I was on Rotten Tomatoes earlier, right? I looked over and.
Wait, you sit on a throne of lies, people.
I just look over and it's just like there's this movie, The History of Sound, and it's like, oh, Paul Mescal, oh, Josh O'Connor.
That's hot. Glad we zoomed in on that. I don't know if it's because my lights are rainbow flavored back there or what, but I'm glad you brought that up.
I sound like the Joker now. It follows two young men because that's how we like them. We like them young in Hollywood. Lionel and David in the shadows of World War II. Destined to live. We know where that's going.
Delete it.
Those guys are gonna fuck.
I bet they are. I mean, I mean, they're not like hanging out outside the basketball court with a pose like that. I'm pretty sure that you don't put your forehead against your fucking best friend and be like, "That was a great shot, baby." It's like, yeah, you wait till the night.
Oh, I'm sorry. That just.
But yeah, anyhow, I know it was.
Someone's winning an award. You know what I mean?
I know it's an offbeat conversation about that stuff, but I found it interesting, dude. Like, there's all these things are lining up, and it just seems like no one's talking about the coincidences of all these news stories coming out, all boom, 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 one after the other. And this Avi Loeb guy is not like a fucking, wackadoo. Like, he's a legitimate scientist. He's got like multiple degrees from Harvard or Oxford or whichever he's from. He's pretty celebrated inside the scientific community. And he's like, yeah, this is
a lot of smart people are crazy though.
Well, no, but this dude's like not like, he's not one of those dudes. Like, he actually has legitimate like peer reviews and things like that. But
yeah, to be fair, I want him to be crazy because I don't want that.
Nobody wants to believe it because it sounds so out there and extraordinary. But here's the thing. Again, this thing is outside of our solar system. This thing is like, your mind boggles at how old this thing is. And it's coming in. It's fucking huge. I think it's 12 miles across. It's huge. It's a huge fucking piece of rock.
It's bigger than the state of Texas.
Not bigger than my penis, but still, it's big enough. But no, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just think it's fascinating stuff. If I had all the stuff pulled up, we could all look at it, but I don't. But if you guys get a chance, check out that Hubble telescope image.
You're like a dad on Christmas. Well, kids, if I remembered your presents, I would have made the point to bring them. But I was sleeping with Carla and am high as
I needed a carton of cigarettes, babies. That's what happened.
Like Charlotte Kim.
My needs come first. But no, yeah, it's interesting stuff. I don't know, just really interesting. And that Hubble telescope image does look like something out of a horror movie, like straight up. It like that green dot.
Yeah, stop selling it if you don't have the fucking picture, Jay. Right, like, I want to see the fucking thing.
All right, now I will. Now you've challenged me with my Skittle lights, and I will tell you.
Skittle lights. I'll have a bubblicious some Skittles.
Let me see. Okay.
Speaking of reviews, by the way, while you're looking that up, I watched the Charlie Sheen doc. I got about 28 minutes left in it, and my God, you guys, I Am Charlie Sheen is a must watch. It's fucking heartbreaking. It'll actually piss you off. Like, when he gets when he gets into the winning stuff, and they're talking to Denise Richards, and you watch these fucking pariahs just like suck, these cockroaches suck like Al Pacino and Scarface would say, just suck on his soul, these leeches, and just parade him about while the dude's having a mental breakdown. It'll actually fucking piss you off. It'll make you so mad.
Let me see.
So they were also like, honest to God, though, Charlie Sheen has tiger blood. He did drugs that would kill any other man.
Here it is right here.
Yeah, you oversold that. That just looks like a green dot.
That's the fucking goddamn thing coming into our solar system that was not like a normal color, and now it's that. Look how green that shit is. That looks
It's
like
very
the Hulk
green.
pee-pee hole. That thing is coming straight for your ass. Look, it says here on September 7th, 2025, the skies darkened as Earth's shadows consumed the moon. Sky watchers in many parts of the world saw the moon turn blood red due to the total lunar eclipse. For amateur astronomers, Michael Yeager and Gerald in Nambia, the eclipse was not only a sight to behold, but it also gave them an unprecedented opportunity, chance to capture the interstellar comet 3I Atlas under some of the darkest skies on Earth. Using the eclipse natural dimming of the moon, the duo was able to take some deep images of the comet, revealing something surprising. The comet glows green. Now, it says what it is. We know what it is, where it's at. The photo was taken in Kalaria Desert in Nambia, Africa. So I guess Mathew McConaughey was hanging out playing hacky sack there.
They don't have the good regulations there. Everybody knows
he'll write a new chapter in his book about hanging out there taking a photograph of this green space rocket thing. And then why it's amazing. The first image shows a green hue to 3I Atlas, hinting at its unique chemistry. So this is where they go in and talk about what possibly is a reason why but it's crazy. Look at that is fucking scary looking.
I would agree if I saw one green one coming towards us, because like dude said, that is the color of the aliens. I just feel like you oversold a little bit. Like I expected I expected it to look like fucking Steppenwolf, just fucking flying through the goddamn universe. Green, bright green.
I'm gonna tell you what just happened. You've upset me so much that I spilled my apple juice and it went directly behind my computer, and it might be simming away at my fucking wires. God damn it!
You know what? I hope the aliens come and kill us all.
And I'm sorry it didn't look like a fucking movie poster from Independence Day 2 with their like, and like in the. By the way, I'll be back. I gotta clean.
Motherfucker didn't even finish his sentence. He was so mad. He was triggered. Oh God, that's good. That's good shit. That was good. Oh man, shit. Anyway, yeah. So the Charlie Sheen doc, you got to watch it. It's so good. It's like 2 episodes, I think. Maybe there's a third I don't know about, but yeah, you get to experience the height of Charlie Sheen, and they do a great job because they like show all this cool. They use clips from his movies to kind of reenact what he's talking about. So he's like, I met Nicolas Cage, and we went out and got fucked up for about 2 weeks before I had an intervention with my parents. And they'll show Nicolas Cage looking like he's fucked up from movies. So they edit it together really well. And just, dude, what a wild ride. It's hard to say you feel too bad for him because like he brought a lot of that shit on himself for sure. But like also when he was at the end, the tail end, and literally lost his mind, it was like, just as he puts it, like hitting 7 grams of crack a day. These people were just taking advantage of him. And it wasn't just like his handlers or his drug dealers. It was the news. These people should have been getting this guy help or whatever. Instead, they were putting him in front of news cameras and filming it and taking him. And Live Nation called and asked if he wanted to do a tour. And they were taking this mentally ill person out and parading him around. And it was actually sick. It's actually super sick to see. And I'll tell you this too, Denise Richards is a fucking saint on earth. That woman, she's a fucking saint. Like he did not deserve her. She not only like put up with his shit and married him and did all that shit, but when he got remarried, she like literally took their twins. He got remarried to another woman and she took care of their twins for a year while they were going through Cracktown, USA. And then apart from that, she would even go check on him for the show, 2.5 Men, and go check on him because the show was scared to check on him and they were afraid he was dead. And she was like, so I would go over there, even though they were divorced at this point, and she would make fucking sandwiches for his hookers and him who were cracked out so that they had something to eat. Like fucking Denise Richards she's a saint. She's a saint on earth. So shout out to fucking Denise Richards is basically the whole point of the stream tonight. If we're saying anything, that's what we're saying. I do. Jay has cleaned his mess and has returned. How are we doing?
I'm pissed that I
doing better.
No, I don't like it because I wasted that. God damn it! All because I was trying to bring the peoples an interesting story about aliens, and then Miller Lite God said, "Fuck you."
We're only down to 5 or 6.
No, but I don't like spilling any of that wonderful golden liquid. It's expensive.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right. Yes, Derek, I wiped. Thank you for asking. God. That was some good apple juice. Yeah, dude, it was some good apple juice. That shit's like, it's not like they just give that shit away. Like, I mean, all right, don't be, I mean, I'm not It's Miller Lite, but still, I don't like buying that shit. Bidet. Yeah, I used a bidet. Sorry for last price shoot, Stacy. Pour one out. Hey, D-Land. I hate when I spill. Yeah, dude, it's annoying. It's also annoying when you're like in the middle of talking about something and there's like electronics and shit around you. And you're like, oh my God. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Cal. Appreciate Cal. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I love. Hi, Cinderoth. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
You get people mad about that.
Left side, strong side.
Dude,
hey,
I gotta be honest, man. This list was hard as fuck.
Let's jump into the list. I was gonna say some people left. They were like, "Hey, I came here for a list." We also have Texas Chainsaw Massacre news, some other fun stuff to talk about. But let's jump into the list a little bit. Let's feel it out.
Somebody said Damien's like real life problems, huh, Jay? Yes. Maybe they're not the most important thing, but they are to be.
Have some, dude. I have to drive to fucking Charleston, West Virginia tomorrow morning.
For what?
I gotta go get my fucking birth certificate because then I have to drive back. We're going to see Blink this. So not because that, but I'm gonna drive to Charleston in the morning, go to where I was born, and be hailed by the plebeians. And I don't know what plebeians means, so forgive me if that was racist or something. But like I have to go get my birth certificate because I have to fly on Thursday, and I have to get a real ID before I can fly because of Kentucky's stupid fucking rules. But to get a real ID, you have to have a birth certificate. So then I have to go fucking back and then drive to Frankfurt and get a real ID. That way I could go to TSA at 6 o'clock in the morning and be like, please accept this.
That's weird. I didn't have to have a birth certificate to get mine. I had to have a social security card, but that was it.
You didn't have to show your birth certificate?
Fuck no. I just went in and gave I swear to God, dude, I gave my social security card. And that was it. That's all they needed. But you have to have you can't have a print off of it.
Online, it says you have to have it.
Maybe are you trying to do it online?
No, I have to bring it to the fucking.
When I swear to God, dude, when I went, I didn't have a birth. It was literally just my social security card.
That's weird. That's great. I can't find that either. By the way,
you had to have your current ID. Well, then I mean, you have to just go to Frankfurt and shit. But you don't have to. First world problems, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna bitch about it like a carrot if I fucking feel like it.
Yeah, but hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully, and dude, and this is the thing because they're only gonna give me a temporary thing because they won't have my ID by Thursday. I'm gonna have to go to the airport, and they'll pull you into a side line and they'll like deep search you. So they'll go through your bag.
That sounds enjoyable for some.
You got to be there an hour early, like all this shit like that. And I'm like, God damn, this is fucking crazy.
Dookie's right. Dookie said that's exactly what you need: a social security number and a proof of address. That's how it works for the real ID. The main thing that you need to have is that.
See, dude, I'm telling you, look online. It says that you have to have your social security or proof of ID. Plus, you have to have your.
That's just for the illegals. What are you talking about? It's not.
I don't know, dude.
I swear, it's that you don't need a birth certificate. I swear to God.
Jay, like the literal website for the fucking
they're lying.
Says you do. I can't risk that. I want to believe. I don't know.
Maybe because you weren't born in Kentucky. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But you've had a driver's license here. I mean, and then you have proof of mail, and you have social security number.
Go. See, Horace Stoop said I needed a birth certificate.
He's lying.
Fucking sucks. I don't have a password, so it's gonna be fucking ass, dude.
Someone says just call
the TSA guy's gonna finger my butt.
You can't call him, dude. You'll be on the line until like Jesus comes back. They have and Kate's mom works for the state, so like she knows her shit too. And she was the one that she's like, you better get that shit together. And I was like, oh my God, I have to be on a flight at 6 a.m. on Thursday, dude. Maybe they changed something because I swear to God I didn't need it.
Yeah,
I had literally all they took was my social security card, my piece of mail, and my old ID.
Yeah, so tomorrow night we're traveling to see Blink, right? That's a 2-hour trip. Tomorrow morning I gotta wake up, drive 3 hours to Charleston, drive back, and then we're driving 2 hours to go see Blink and drive back. And then the day after that, I leave at 6 a.m. on a fucking plane ride to Texas for fucking 4.5 hours with a layover. I don't know, dude. I'll see you guys next week.
Jason, I don't want that to be. I don't want that to be. That's what it is. Yeah, I'd be a great politician. That's not true because I said it wasn't. All right, that guy's.
Hey, I had a birth certificate, motherfucker. I lost it. Okay, I lost it in your mom's vase. All right,
but anywho,
and I'm also gonna have to fly sober, which scares me. But we're gonna be all right. It's gonna be fine.
You can't take like an Adderall, not an Adderall, but like a Tramadol or something.
I don't have anything. I don't have any of those drugs.
Go talk to Bob down there by the Chevron.
Okay, so what? Wait, these are our top 10 movies 2002, not just horror movies, but all horrors. I mean,
all horrors,
not just horror movies, but all movies.
We consulted the oracles of whoredom for this list.
Horse.
Mike about to be mad. They deny his ass.
I will deny your finger.
God, somebody's fucking trying. It's a Blink-182 sucks, and he didn't even spell it right. He put disrespect.
Your spelling sucks.
No, he put disrespect on the name on purpose to make you know that he really hates him.
Slut.
He puts it CX.
Slut. You're a slut. What's your number 10 movie of 2002?
All right. Well, we've already said it before. I literally didn't mean to do that again. But we've already said this. These aren't all horror movies, and I also mentioned that this was an incredibly hard list to make. There was a lot of good movies that came out this year in 2002, but it's going to be John Q. Other than Training Day, I mean, John Q. Denzel Washington's an amazing actor, no matter what he does. He's always been good.
John Q is great.
Yeah, it's John Q. I put it at number 10 because I actually stopped talking for a bit. I don't know why. I don't know why I needed it up there to confirm that it was real, but I was like, did I just fucking stroke out? And I'm saying things and no one's hearing me.
No, that was me, dude. Because you said it, but like I was reading something at the same time, and you said John Q. I was like, I fucking love that movie, dude.
I know
that was your movie, so I was
lost in the sauce. But yeah, John Q was great, dude. That movie made me fucking cry. I don't know how you can watch that movie and not cry. It's an incredible movie. It also showcases and demonstrates how badly fucked the healthcare system is in this country, specifically where you talk about, this kid needing a heart and the way that these insurance companies move and like fucking parasites. They don't give a shit how much money you raise. They don't care what kind of situation it is. As long as you're paying the bill, you get what you get. But otherwise, fuck you. It's really sad. And again, Denzel Washington's best performance, in my opinion, was probably Training Day. I think he did the most phenomenal in that. But in this one, he shows so much range, and it's so good. It's so well done. It's crafted well. It's entertaining throughout the entire film. There's not one moment where you're not like on the edge of your seat, basically. So yeah, it's John Q.
Dude, that's in my honorable mentions. Didn't make my list. Fucking love that movie. That's the kind of movie. It's on TBS at 2 p.m. You got laundry and shit to do. You're not leaving the fucking couch though. And then you get caught up in the story. You're like, give that kid a fucking heart transplant.
Yeah, and then James Woods was also a really good bad guy in that too. But he also changes his tune as the movie goes on.
He's a really good bad guy, and just in general, like he was really good in Any Given Sunday too, and in real life sometimes. But he does get kind of crazy in there. It's like there's Stephen King on this side and James Wood on this side. Like pick your fucking
they're polar opposites. Yeah.
Too much though. I'd say both do too much. I think we can all agree on that as Americans. My number 10. Sorry for going into that. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me?
I think James Woods is an American hero, and he deserves a Medal of Freedom. You can take your commie ass back to fucking Russia, bitch.
Sometimes he's not wrong, but sometimes he says some crazy.
The only thing that was funny.
Oh, don't look at that! Don't look! Nobody look! Nobody! No! Don't look at my screen! Stop it!
What?
Everybody go!
What were you doing? Did you just flash like 16 images of gay porn?
No, it was I did show my entire list though. My entire list popped on.
Oh, I didn't even look at that.
Yeah, nobody go back.
God damn, Mike was acting like he had the entire client list of the Epsteins on his fucking computer.
Well, when I started clicking like crazy, there was some personal shit, nothing bad at all. But I almost clicked a tab that was like some like literal locations of my
Mike's birth certificate was on there. He's lied the entire time.
Dude, if you don't want that spoiled, do not go back and look at that. All right. Or if you don't want to see a big, beautiful wiener.
I was going to say what was the funniest thing about James Woods specifically was he's calling out TMZ. That shit was funny, dude. Like that was funny because it's like TMZ is doing their best to try to like backtrack and backpedal what they did, and then all he did was like repost their thing. It was like bullshit, and I could hear it say that. That's just why it was funny to me.
That's crazy, dude. Like, yeah, I accidentally showed my entire list. So if you want the whole list spoiled for you, it's fucking right there, man. I apologize.
Okay, well, let's just get into it. What's your entire list?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. That's crazy, dude, that happened just now. Hang on, let me fix this real quick.
No, Iron Wolf says he won't go back. He won't be surprised. So yeah, I don't think
won't do it. Do it if you want to. I don't give a shit. Just don't leave. But
they're gonna go. I have to know what Mike thought, and then I'm leaving.
yeah. If you only cared, I was only here to see what Mike thought. My whole system is screwed up here right now. I apologize.
I thought Mike was like going to show images of clowns like gargling balls in a circus or
I
something.
made it.
Fucked in the ass. Like,
I did.
Okay,
I made it
be
look like I was like,
I know.
really scaring
You
some
covered it
embarrassing
up
shit.
like it was like some kind of like 8mm shit.
That's how easy it can happen. You got to be on the up and up. If you're going to be an online person, you can't be like doing weird shit in the night.
Oh,
you know
Cinderella says you did show your email inbox, but I mean,
that's fine.
It's fine. That's not.
Thanks for calling that out, Cinderella. I appreciate that.
Now everybody go back with a magnifying glass. Look at that shit.
There's nothing bad in there. Actually, I don't even have my email inbox pulled up, so I don't know what you're talking about. But okay, Jesus Christ, that was disconcerting as hell. Fuck. All right,
you're obviously not. It's not suited for a high pressure job. If you were in charge of the missile fucking silos, you'd have launched them 300 times. You'd be like, "Oh, shit, my boss just walked in."
For a living.
Like, you know, he was like, if you were in charge of missile silos with nuclear silos and somebody walked in, you were sleeping, you'd like jump up and hit the red button and launch the nuke. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, he was in damn bird blindness. Got me. So it said there was somebody in a crow costume.
Somebody said it was a crow with glowing eyes. I did see that. I just thought it was like the Illuminati, so I tried not to look at it.
You guys saw that on mine?
Yeah.
Oh, that was just Instagram. That was actually our friend Janae's Halloween Horror Nights video.
Oh, okay. I thought like, did Mike just go to another weird like fucking rock concert where they were like,
no, that was I forgot that the fucking screen was up again, and I was literally looking to see, and that's what that was so that wasn't like gay porn or anything. There's nothing wrong with that if it was, but
bunch of good looking men that you follow there.
I gotta really get better at the internet for my job. Holy hell. Okay. Can we get back into the list? Can everyone stop getting into my personal affairs, please? Huh?
You brought it up.
Yeah. So it's weird because when you share a Microsoft Word document, you have to share oh my fucking God, dude. You have to share your whole screen. So that's why normally if you're showing an internet thing, it won't show what you're showing on other tabs. That's where the confusion was. All right, can we please just be professionals for 5 fucking seconds here and get back to the list, please? I'm talking to myself, in case anybody's wondering. All right. My number 10 is going to be Van Wilder. Okay. Van Wilder is one of the funniest fucking comedies ever. And I know, like, back in the day, it's so funny that Ryan Reynolds' career didn't start here, but, like, for a lot of people, it started with Van Wilder, with them literally putting dog cum into
donuts.
Into donuts and all because mommy went slumming one night back in college. Dude, the movies to this day still fucking hilarious, and Ryan Reynolds like hilarious nature and the funny shit that he says rose above like the super cheap like fucking National Lampoon shit they were doing, because this was no Christmas Vacation. This was when they were putting out just like American Pie ripoffs and shit like that back in the day. But Van Wilder's fucking funny as hell to this day to laugh at.
It's a great movie. Well, yeah, in a lot of ways you can tell. I mean, Ryan Reynolds was always like naturally funny, but I feel like this was the prototype for Deadpool. Like just the way that he acts and the way that he's like a smart ass throughout the entire film, and he gets up to all these shenanigans. Yeah, I feel like
I want to how you say park the purpose.
Yeah,
fucking great film, dude. Great film. All right, that was a lot. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm surprised you didn't shit your pants.
I did actually. Thank you for noticing.
I spelled it. I thought that's what it was. Number 9 for me. And again, I know that this is going to be ranked really high on this list, and people are like, "What the fucking shit? I thought you didn't do drugs, Jay." But it's true. I don't. I just enjoy them sometimes. It's not true. Ghost Ship is my number 9 flick. It's corny. It's cheesy. It's not that great. I understand. It's just down there in the bottom barrel for some people, but I love it. I love it for that reason. It's like candy corn for me for Halloween. It's like, yeah, it's not great. Maybe they were poor that year and they didn't have a lot of money to get you some treats, but you still got some fucking candy corn. And I like candy corn, so it's fine. I like this movie. I love the soundtrack. The opening is still one of the best openings of all time. It's great. It's a rock and roll horror movie. I love that. I thought the story was pretty cool. I like the idea that this guy is coming up from hell to collect souls. He's collecting them souls, collecting an ass. I love that shit, dude. That's what it is.
Ghost Ship. Hey, greatest opening in a horror movie of all time. I personally think the rest of the movie kind of sucks, but greatest opening.
And it has Carl Urban in it. You can't go wrong with Carl Urban.
Top 5. Yeah, Carl Urban's like 20 fucking movies that like you forget Carl Urban were in. He's like a weird actor like that, you know?
Yeah, well, you would have thought that by now people would have realized that back then they didn't understand the potential of how badass he was. But nope, they still fuck around a lot with the potential of our boy Carl Urban. getting one movie out with Dread, no sequels at all. Crazy.
This is true. My number 9 is going to go with Orange County, another comedy.
Oh, that's a great one.
I will literally eat your face.
Dude,
Or Jack Black's like, let's go to the abyss. Or he's like,
I got ideas.
It's just like, don't do that. Dude, I love it.
He said, "What's your name? Your name's Joe John." I said, "You better not." That's what
it was.
He's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "John, Joe." He's like, "Your name's Joe John." It's Joe John. He's like, "Yeah."
You said shoo-in. Dude, so that movie, if you've never seen Orange County, it like I don't know why it was sort of mainstream, but it didn't like blow up like American Pie or anything like that.
Because I feel like that movie was weird because they flirted the line between they wanted to do gross out comedy and then they wanted to do something kind of in the middle serious.
Yeah. I think that's it. It had almost like a kind of, they were trying to be fancy with a little bit of it, but like barely. I don't know. Like maybe you know what it was. I think it's a lot of people couldn't connect because they were in Orange County and they were all highfalutin people. So like maybe it didn't connect to like the smaller suburban or like Midwest audiences. But I found it to be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Man.
It was weird. It's a weird movie too, because back when it came out, a lot of the studios were interested in doing. So what was making money was the American Pies or the Van Wilders and stuff like that. People wanted that gross out comedy, and Orange County came along, and you're right, they were trying to do something like 10 Things I Hate About You or Can't Hardly Wait, where there was like a romance comedy rom-com thing going on, but they were trying to make it where it was like, well, this is about life also, like just trying to get my life in order, and then having these extreme moments with comedy.
Yeah, I fucking adore that movie, dude.
Who directed that was Harold Ramis.
Yeah, and he was in it, right? He was the dean. He was the dean. They got him to trip ecstasy or whatever. Yeah, if you guys have never seen Orange County and you want a fucking amazing comedy to watch that reminds you of the olden times, it's right up there. To me, it's just as funny as like Tropic Thunder or Dodgeball or any of those, dude. I love Orange County. So fucking
don't forget the butterfly. Come, my lady. Come, my lady. Come, my butterfly. Sugar, baby. Yeah, dude. That fucking song. You can never escape it. If you were alive when that song came out, when it was first released on the radio, it was fucking everywhere. Like you would go at night dreaming of that goddamn song. That and I'll fly away. That Nelly Furtado. I hated that shit.
By the way, the story of Crazy Town's fucking great. I think he just recently died not too long ago.
He
did. They have like video, dude. They have video of the band fist fighting after playing some like Myrtle Beach shit show. And he's like, they're literally fist fighting. The bass player and the singer's like, "You got my money? You got my money?" It's just the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life, but it's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, happier times. What's your number 8?
Speaking of happy times, it's going to be a movie all about being happy and understanding that life moves forward and just relocating to a new place and finding love. And that would be called The Mothman Prophecies. It's such a wonderful, lovely movie that's
Hallmark
definitely leaning towards the Christian lifestyle. No, this movie fucking scared me in a lot of different ways because maybe it's based on true story, maybe it's not. I don't know. But the fact is, the case revolving around this particular story is insane. The real life accounts of this is insane. I mean, they have a goddamn statue of the fucking goddamn Mothman in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It's crazy. Richard Gere
went there, dude. It's a great.
I know.
Trip,
I want to go bad. It's Richard Gere is phenomenal in this movie. It's a great thriller. It's got a lot of intrigue in it. There's some supernatural elements. Obviously, that part where was it Deborah Messing, the hot redhead that he was married to that died in the movie? I can't remember her name.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah, but there's one scene where he's like laying on the bed and she like rolls next to him and you hear that ding. I was like, God damn. That shit's like just little. It's a very unsettling movie. And when you hear that chapstick in your shoe, like that shit, like, dude, there's something about that movie that's very unsettling to me. It's almost like dreamlike.
At the museum, by the way, they have a cool little museum there. At the museum, they have the chapstick from the movie. It's cool. And the museum's like $5 to get into. It's like an hour from like I think Huntington, which is a lovely little college town. That place, that's if you guys ever want to visit to West Virginia, that's the place to go. It's a great time.
Yeah, if you don't want to be depressed looking around all the poor people, that would be you just go to the museums.
You definitely have to drive through some rough parts.
But yeah, I love the Mothman Prophecy, dude. I loved it when I first watched it. I love that stuff, dude. I thought it was so unique and so cool and so different. And Richard Gere, I'd never seen him in a movie like that. So it was interesting to see him, and he did a great job. He did an awesome job. And that man's rock and roll because he shoved a gerbil in his ass and it lived.
Yeah, I respect him for that. A lot of people judge him. I respect it. I don't want to do it, but he did it, and I respect him for being an adventurer, like in Jumanji. But like, also, dude, the first time I saw that movie was in a drive-in and it was like the late movie. It was like the movie that came on like when everybody was leaving or falling asleep, and I watched that shit, and I was like, this is fucking badass.
There's
I went
something
home and Googled the fuck out of Mothman, saw the eyes, and there's videos of like the 9/11 smoke or whatever.
Well, you can see it.
Some people say you can see the Mothman's face. It's a pretty fucked up story when you get into it.
I think that it's the movie. I think the reason why it works so well and why it was so effective, it's so atmospheric. They built the atmosphere perfectly, and it really does make you feel uneasy. It's like being in a weird dream. It's so surreal, some of the moments that happen, because everything is normal, and then you have like, she knew, like that dude standing in the doorway, it's fucking just, and the orderly that could have been the Mothman. I don't know, man. There's something about like at 2 o'clock in the morning if you're watching this shit, you're like, oh fuck, I gotta go smoke a blunt.
It's got that extra pizzazz, the finger in the butt on a Friday night. My number 8's gonna be Cabin Fever. This movie, dude, and in the original, don't ever watch the remake by McG. Dude, it's like boy, tell me why you want to steal Snickers bar. He's like, for the nougat. The movie that put Eli Roth on the scene, like, dude, the Boy Meets World kid was in this. Nasty. If you've seen it, nobody can forget the scene where she's shaving her legs in the bathtub. And basically these people go to a cabin. There's a flesh-eating disease that they get. It's like zombies, but except for it's like a sickness, and it's flesh-eating, and it just eats their skin away. And this really odd girl shaving her legs, and she puts the stick down and just rips the skin off.
Get off the ice. God damn.
Oh, and Sweet Lou's in this movie, I believe. I could be wrong about that.
That wasn't no Mach 3 razor she was using. She was using a Mach 17. Holy shit. That
dude.
Peeled off like butter.
And the party guy is like, guys, I just want to party, man. It's literally Tom DeLonge as a sheriff. It's not Tom DeLonge, but it could be. He's like, I was here for the party. I heard you guys like the party. It's funny as shit. It's hilarious. And it's also really gross and a horrific ass horror movie. Cabin Fever is just a fucking party in a box, dude. I feel like it's underrated. Yeah, pancakes.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I had it on honorable mentions. It's an amazing film. It really was, and it came out of nowhere too. You didn't expect it to be that good.
No.
Speaking of movies that you didn't expect to be that good, and it wound up making you poop your pants, you might have liked it because I've never done it before. The Ring. I almost shit my pants in the theater because I thought it was going to be a booger monster regular extravaganza, and whoa, did I know that it was all about a goddamn creepy crawly bitch that comes out your TV and is so ugly makes you die. That shit is fucking scared me, dude. The herky jerky movements, the way that it was shot, the way the weird green glow throughout the entire film, the way they suddenly did shit like when it would cut to another scene and you would see the ring. And I was like, did anybody else fucking see that when I was in the theater? I'm like, damn, is this real? Am I gonna fucking do this? We're gonna do this?
Am I about to die?
Do I smell fucking toast? Am I dying? Is it a stroke happening? Yeah, it scared the shit out of me, dude. I'll never forget that because I was on a date and I thought it was like, again, I never had a movie do this to me ever, like actually freak me the fuck out in the movie theater like this. Because again, I thought it was going to be a booger monster, regular movie, no big deal. You're going to laugh about it, kind of, throw the popcorn, haha, funny. No, I got real serious, real fucking quick. Like I was at a crime scene and I had to solve the murder. When that scene happens where the camera goes up and that girl's face goes, ah, and the way they shot that shit, immediately everything in my body shut down and be like, I got to focus because now I'm in survival mode. I'm going to look around everywhere. I'm going to make sure I'm scoping out everything. It scared the shit out of me. And that girl's like, what's wrong with you? Because I was doing every fucking trick in the book not to watch the screen. And I was doing the shuffling the feet. I was doing the shuffling the feet. Like, oh, I got like restless.
Didn't even have a cell phone to look at.
I didn't have nothing. I was like, oh, my feet. Oh. And then she's like, what's wrong? I was like, I got restless leg syndrome. You know what it is? Like, I got like massage this out. I got a Charlie horse. And then I would like do this shit where I was like trying to not look at it, but look down at the floor at the same time so I could hide my eyes. It was awful scary, dude. It was obviously the original is way better, but this was so well done.
Dude, same experience. I watched this completely unawares when I went to see this movie. Another movie that's on my honorable mentions that should have made this list. It's an all-time great comedy. It's called Buying the Cow with Ryan Reynolds. Have to watch it. Go watch that shit right now. I promise you, it's Bill Bellamy, Ryan Reynolds. It's a forgotten gem. It's so funny. But he has a quote in that way. He's like, damn, Marlon jumped in my shit, caught me unawares. That was this movie, dude. Yeah. Like I went to see it thinking it was just gonna be another mid-2000s piece of shit, and literally walked out of the theater. It was still daylight, but the sun was going down, and it was one of the first times in my life I left the theater and I felt scared. Like I felt scared to go home. I felt fucked up.
I remember dropping her off, and I think I went home, and then Mike and Cody, my brother, and a couple other friends were there, and the like bastards they are. I remember like I was scared. And I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to go back to my room and hang out by myself. So I went down there and hang out with them. They shut the fucking door when they all left me in there, and all the lights were off when I woke up. I woke up and all the fucking lights were off and the door was shut. I like literally a turd almost turtle headed out of my asshole. And I do this thing when I get scared. I start moving extra slow, like syrup. Because I don't want to like move too quick and then something like a booger monster grab me and then I would just die of a heart attack. So I move real slow and then dude, it was awful. I hated that shit. That was one of the worst, but it was a great movie. It was a great movie. Scary.
I have to pee so bad. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back and we'll jump right back into the list. Please excuse.
Okay, yeah. Go drain you lizard. Go drain you lizard. I kind of like that background, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know it's like RGB and I'll probably change it up. I think it looked pretty dope though. I kind of feel like I'm in an 80s movie. Neon signs in the back, ready to fucking have a good time with y'all. Anyway, what? Austin says, who wins? Ring Girl versus Grudge Girl. All I know is Jay loses 100%. Fuck both those bitches. I'll die of a heart attack before they ever get to me. I promise you that. Promise you that. Thank you, Moda. Anyway, Mind the Gap says, I know I like how there was media. What was he saying? I like how there was media horror in the 2000s. Yeah, show. Horror Stoop says, Jay, you excited for Black Phone 2? Yeah, dude, we talked about it before. I think it's going to be awesome. I like that they're going with the Nightmare on Elm Street type of direction. I think that's the way to go. I think it looks way more interesting and better than the first Black Phone. I know that people love Black Phone. Don't get me wrong. I know there was a bunch of people that were shitting all over us for not liking it and loving it and licking its crack and asking it out for dinner the next day. But personally, I thought it was just kind of a mediocre, overrated movie. But Black Phone 2 actually seems to address a lot of the concerns I had with it, where it was just kind of slow and not really anything interesting or new about it. The fact that they're moving towards a new Nightmare on Elm Street direction, I think is exactly what it needs, in my opinion. You know, Mercutio is that Spider-Man. You're right. I do. I like. You know what, guys? They're all Marvel Select on this wall here to the right. I think Spider-Man's over there somewhere. Yeah, probably. And there's Ghostbusters here in the back from Matty Collector. And it's actually interesting. All the Marvel Selects that I have, they apparently went belly up. Marvel Select is gone now. There's no more Marvel Select. They've declared bankruptcy. So all this shit, they'll never make these again, which is kind of a shame. I think Marvel Legends are cool, but they're way overpriced. Maybe they're a little bit better on articulation, but I like the Marvel Selects where they're the biggins. They're the big figures.
I like those too. I think you're right.
They're bankrupt now.
Are they really?
Yeah, they went bankrupt like 3 months ago.
How? That's the best fucking toy
because
in like ages.
They weren't selling it. They weren't selling nearly as much as Legends.
That's horseshit. Those Legends are ass, dude.
Some of them are really.
Comparatively though, they suck.
Well, it depends on your taste, I guess. But I like the big figures better because I think they look more detailed. But there are some Legends that are really cool. Maybe they're a little bit better articulation.
I fucking hate that, dude. I honestly do. Let me check my list. This is
Michael Park says that sucks, Jay. Yeah, I mean it does, but I mean maybe it went up in value. Maybe I can pawn these bitches off for a higher price.
Eventually, it could be better. Yeah, eventually. All right,
I'm gonna get rid of them all. I am.
Min number 7 is gonna be a little bit Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Hey, Sam Raimi's original classic. This was before I don't know, was it before X-Men? I don't think it was before X-Men.
It was
after
it was right.
X-Men. Yeah, it was right in the start of great fucking awesome superhero movies. Like it really was one of the films that opened the door to Marvel and what we get and we love now.
I'm actually shocked that it's so low on your list, to be honest, because that was like all everybody talked about that year.
Yeah, and like to me, I mean, Spider-Man 2 is better. It's the better of the two films. Mary Jane ruined it a little bit because I thought Kirsten Dunst's character was just like right up there with Ginny as one of the worst women in film. No doubt about it. As far as the character goes, for sure. Love Spider-Man though. Fucking fantastic film. Dude, what a genius move. I know he did Darkman, right? But what a genius move to get Sam Raimi, who has this amazing mind, to direct back then when people didn't do movies like this, to create this world of Spider-Man where a lot of this stuff didn't exist back then. So love Spider-Man.
I remember I was still collecting comic books back then, and I remember when the news broke that they had got the legal entanglements settled and figured out, and there was going to be a new Spider-Man movie. And dude, it was the hottest ticket item going. It was the movie that was going to save Marvel from their bankruptcy, because Marvel at that point had really fucking, they were I think they might have come out of bankruptcy a little bit, but they were still pretty much financially fucked, even with X-Men and things like that. And there was a lot of buzz. I remember I used to get like Wizard magazine, and it was always on the cover. There's always news stories about it. I was following everything about it. And when it came out, I was like, I loved it. I thought they nailed the costume. Is still, in my opinion, one of the best costumes they've ever done with the raised webbing. It looks fucking incredible. Sam Raimi was phenomenal as the director. You couldn't pick a better director for this. He got it. Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, not a great Spider-Man, but a great Peter Parker. Kirsten Dunst was a throwaway slut. I don't know why they were going that direction. First off, you knew he loved you. I get it's going.
That's what they said about me in college. Throwaway slut.
She was, if that's what the football team called you that.
But
they were always like going on about like, I understand that they were following the storyline where she doesn't really notice him, but then they go to the city and he dates his best friend and she's like, I always liked her, Pete. Like, fuck you, Harry, you piece of shit. And then fuck you, sucks, MJ. Man. You should have never. I wish they'd introduced Gwen Stacy first, but either way,
we should have known about James Franco when the Spider-Man movies came out. We should have known about that son of a bitch because what a shit character.
And then you have the great William Dafoe portraying Green Goblin and basically just being the Joker that he was going to be in the '89 Batman if they'd cast him. He was great. I love there. And then you had the awesome music video with Chad Kroeger and Josie Scott, Hero.
And they say that a hero can save us.
Yeah, it was great. And then I just thought everything about that movie was insanely good. And that year, it was all everybody talked about. So I loved it. I thought it was so fucking good. Even though I will say
it's going to be in your list.
Well, it's in my list, but you don't know where. You don't know where.
It's going to be high. It's going to be so high.
Ben's death always gets me. Yeah, his death scene was good. He was good.
Martin Sheen.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that.
No, Martin Sheen was amazing Spider-Man.
Martin Sheen would have been great as Ben, though, if we're being honest with each other. Charlie Sheen as Spider-Man, Martin Sheen as fucking...
Martin Sheen was Ben.
Yeah, but if Charlie Sheen was Spider-Man. No, Martin Sheen wasn't Spider-Man. It was
Martin Sheen was in the Amazing Spider-Man. He was in
it was Regis Philbin.
Yeah, Regis Philbin. And Kathy Lee was May.
I'm fucking the best.
If Charlie Sheen was fucking Spider-Man, he would just be like hanging on the side of the building and then fall off from all the coke that he did right before he was just swinging around. He was like, I'm getting a blowjob while I'm smoking crack, y'all. It's gonna be great.
You did watch some of the Charlie Sheen thing.
I know. I watched that. No, I watched the interview that he did on Real Time with Bill Maher, and he was talking about that particular moment.
Yeah, they talk about that. It's like, dude, I would be addicted. Yeah, I get it. What's your number 6?
Again, if you're not a fan of these movies, then you won't get it. But Lord of the Rings: Two Towers is my number 6. I loved it. I thought it was great. You're gay as fuck. You don't like hobbits, you piece of shit queer. No. Lord
By the way, we love queers. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I was talking about being odd and strange. That's what queer means. Yeah. But I think that the Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, it left on such a weird note. Not a weird note. It left on a cliffhanger. I thought the effects of that film were great. I thought everything about it was amazing. I think they did everything that the Fellowship of the Ring was great and known for, and they just amplified it to the massive level that it should have been. I loved everything about this. You have Gandalf coming back. I don't want to get into it too much because it literally, this is the series of movies that I watched. I watched them when they came out, and I bought them. I remember my dad introduced me to them because I'd never seen them, and he had the first two, and I watched those back to back. And then I got to see Return of the King in the theater. But I remember watching all of them multiple times, and then buying the special super duper edition and watching those with all the extended cuts, and then watching them again with all the commentary. I was dedicated as fuck, and I love this movie. This movie was incredible.
Yeah. Do me, Yo-Yo Master, because you're the Yo-Yo Master.
Cinderella says, breaking, YouTube calls Forbes gay. I didn't know that.
These circus midgets cannot hold their booze. Oh, B. I have to stop sharing every time now to go back to my list because I've got this all messed up. I'm not okay today.
Sean, do not quote that shit to me, the Clerks too, because I will say it. I shouldn't say it, but that shit was funny as fuck when he was like, hey, F, they're not gay. They're hobbits.
That guy gets so mad that they're making fun of it, he throws up in Clerks 2. My number 6, Jay, is going to be a little movie called it's called
Buttbusters 3.
It's called The Gangs of New York. Yeah, Gangs of New York, dude. Wow, what a movie. Martin Scorsese, Daniel Day-Lewis, Leonardo DiCaprio, dude, an all-time classic. And usually, dude, I period pieces bore the crap out of me, especially when they go this far back in time. I typically get super bored. Mm-hmm. And the whole opening was so silly with John C. Reilly and all the stuff, and it was so over the top. Literally, they made fun of it in Anchorman. But with the fight that went on, but dude, just an absolute epic, a Godfather style fucking epic that once you start watching it, you can't turn it off. Gangs of New York's a fucking great movie. It's an all-time film.
It's also like I had never up to that point. Maybe I'd seen him before, but I didn't know who he was. But it introduced me to Daniel Day-Lewis. And what a powerhouse performance! Like, and Leonardo DiCaprio was obviously he's great in everything he does. He's always a great actor. But dude, Daniel Day-Lewis is on another level. Like that was so well done. As what was it? What was his name? The Butcher. I can't remember. Yeah, he was so goddamn good. And I remember seeing that dude. I was like, that Daniel Day-Lewis. And I know a lot of people felt the same way. I was like, Daniel Day-Lewis would have made a great Joker. He would have done so fucking good as Joker. But yeah, as far as performance goes, it's one of Daniel Day-Lewis's best one. There Will Be Blood is also up on that list as far as
I drink your milkshake.
Yeah, I think that the story was great, and I remember Mike and I have always loved it, but my brother, he loves all the mafia movies too, and he's like, it's too boring for him. And I was like, that's crazy, dude, because it's like all about that. It's all about the origin and origination of those mafia gangs and how they had like beef with each other.
Fucking Buccaneers just missed a goddamn fucking field goal.
Yeah. Yeah, those goddamn pirates, those fucking pirates, they're stealing it.
That's fucking figures. God damn it. What is your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be a little movie called Signs. Just like we're seeing with 3-Eye Atlas hurling through the atmosphere or through the solar system. It's a sign that we're fucked. No, yeah. Vamonos, children. Vamonos. I remember watching this movie when it first came out, and I think it was on the heels of The Village. I think The Village had come out right before this, and some of the magic of M. Night had kind of gone away because The Village was such a disappointing movie. I could be wrong, but I feel like when I watched Signs, I wasn't expecting much because it was kind of like, yeah, well, he kind of showed his ass with The Village. The Village sucked. It was terrible. But I was watching this, it made up for all of that because Mel Gibson's performance was a juggernaut. But the best part of it was Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix as the younger brother was great. The way they filmed the alien invasion was smart. It was cool. It was dirty. You know what I mean? Like it was down low. It was like how somebody would actually feel like if you were having to witness this from a POV, like from their perspective. It's not like some big, War of the World shit. Just like a little farmhouse and having to deal with the aftermath of these aliens invading. Yeah, it was great. I never there was the only part that really scared me was the part where it scared Joaquin too. He was like, oh, when you see the alien walk at the birthday party. That shit, you know why that shit scared me, dude? Because if in real life, when aliens do come and make contact, it'll be some shit like that. It'll be like little things that the legacy media will start showing. You're like, holy shit.
Dude, literally, I think I don't my timeline's off. I know obviously Blair Witch came before this, right? But that was one of the all-time greatest found footage moments of all time. I'll never forget sitting in the theater and when that fucking alien clipped by like a cat in the middle of the fucking night, I literally threw my popcorn in the fucking air. Like it scared the fuck out of me. Vamonos, children, vamonos.
And the sound design was like when they walked by, you're like, fucking dude. Bitch. You didn't add extra to it. And then obviously, the swing away Merle. And how all that ties together. It was so
smart.
It was
a lot of times they try to force that shit in there and it's corny, but Signs did it well.
It was a tightly wound movie. It was so well done, and there's a lot of layers to it, and I thought it was great. And I like that they didn't just spill the beans early on and just you had to watch it. You had to get to know these characters. Like even that part was like, I'll have some of yours. Where Mel Gibson's crying at the table, and some of yours. And he's like eating it. Like a drunk that's just too hungry and he doesn't know what to eat. And he's just eating everything. But he was like crying because he knows it's a piece of shit. I loved it all, dude. It was so good.
What a great fucking movie, dude. And it will make appearance for me as well. Yes. My number 5 is going to be The Bourne Identity. Dude. Man,
finally Americans can fight back against James.
Dude, Bourne Identity obviously started a great franchise, but it's a great movie all in all. Like I love when I go back to watch this franchise, I'm a completist, so I got it started at the beginning. And the original one, this is one of those franchises, arguably you could say the second or third, whatever movie's better than the original one because they hadn't really found their footing yet for sure. But like the whole idea is a really cool idea. And just, dude, there's so many cool scenes. Like when he sits down in that diner, and he's like, I can tell you that he's like, I don't know who I am, but I can tell you that I could read you every license plate in the parking lot. I can tell you that guy just ordered a fucking steak and cheese or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. And and then he gets in the car and he's like, have you had, dude, I think about this all the time for some reason. He gets in her car and they know they're going to do a high speed chase. And he's like, have you kept your oil changes up recently? Always basically like, I gotta get my oil, because if I'm in a fucking car chase scene, I'm gonna have to keep that shit going. Born Identity's fucking all. What a cool idea for a movie, and they took it top notch.
Yeah,
they made it a whole franchise.
But it definitely solidified that Matt Damon must be a part of it for it to be successful, because they tried with Jeremy Renner, which I mean, I like Jeremy Renner's film, and I thought I did like it, but the audiences were not. They rejected it outright because Matt Damon was not Jason Bourne, which sucks too, because I really thought it was going to kickstart like a James Bond type of thing, where it was going to be the Americans version of James Bond. But unfortunately, just like if they ever do John Wick again, they're not going to do John Wick with another guy. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, dude, and I got to go back and rewatch the Bourne movie with Renner in it, because I literally haven't. You and I watched it in a theater and we reviewed it back in the day, and I haven't checked it out again since. I wonder if it holds up a little bit better than it used to back then.
I haven't seen it forever. I usually just go to the second one. The Supremacy.
Oh, see, I think I have to start at the beginning, but like they're all good. I mean, every single movie's good in that franchise. Like,
I just like it when he's like,
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Well, I just like it when he's aware of his like what he is, and he's not like trying to fight for his memory and the amnesia and shit. I just like when he's like fully like active. At 9:47 a.m. I activated myself. Like I like that.
No, I totally get that. But it was a cool story, and like, dude, who would have thought that would just start the franchise that it did? That would go on, and it's a franchise that has so many stalwarts for itself. Like, as far as the car chase scenes or the fight scenes, the way they filled them, the up close, kind of shaky cam, but they did it well. Like, and then they just took it and they built on it in a really cool way. I love that movie.
Yeah, dude, we did an ass crack cringe, like a parody of that a long time ago.
Yeah, that was good, dude.
Yeah,
because like when we would fight each other, Cody would like hit the table, so it would sound like we were hitting each other.
It was so cringy, but yeah, it was cool. I loved it. Yeah, the fight sequence on that was really good. I definitely agree.
Yeah, love that fucking
movie.
What's your number 4, slut?
Again, I didn't mean for it to lean this way, but it's getting very pro Mel up in here. I guess I'm in trouble, but it's going to be We Were Soldiers. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite war movies of all time. I will be the first to set foot on the battlefield, and I will be the last. I loved Mel Gibson as far as like, dude, it's so goddamn good. There's so many different parts of this movie that you can look to that is so heart-wrenching and gut-wrenching about what's happening. And then the acting, Chris Klein, Mel Gibson, Sam Elliott, I can't remember all their names. I mean, there's so many great actors and actresses that are doing this movie. It's insanely good. And they didn't shy away from the violence of the movie at all, like the graphic violence of it, which I think is correct because people needed to see how awful this particular war was. I even like that part. Like one part always gets me, and I remember like several parts of the film made me tear up, but there was one part that really just was like, holy shit. It was the part where the reporter he had finally taken up his camera again, which that guy's a great actor. I don't remember that guy's name. Very underrated actor. He was like, I don't know how to tell this story. And he's like, well, you have to tell him how my boys died. I was like, God damn it. Fuck it. I have no Kleenexes left. I will tell everyone that ninjas have come into my kitchen and cut onions again. I don't know why that got me in, like, that whole, like, we were young once.
Dude, I fucking love Mel Gibson, right? Like he's like top 5 favorite actors of all time for me. But like that one never did it for me. But like I knew it did for other people. But I do always remember the line was like, it's like, good morning. It's like, what are you, a fucking weatherman?
Yeah, some of the parts were kind of corny and kind of goofy. That part, that joke kind of got played out a little bit.
I like that.
Well, that big guy that he said that to was also from Remember the Titans. That was one of the guys that survived that night. But yeah, dude, I don't know. There's something. Mel Gibson is really skilled in like depicting these war movies in a way that seems it's like, obviously there's a lot of action and shit, but he gets right down in the mud with them. So you see how horrific it is. Like that dude after the napalm attack, and they picks him up and he fucking pulls the skin off his legs. God damn, it was fucking burnt chicken. Remember, like when he picks his fucking legs up? Yeah. And God damn, it was so fucking graphic. I did not expect that. But yeah, like look at Braveheart, We Were Soldiers, Hacksaw Ridge.
He's a great director.
He's an amazing director, and he did a great job with this. So that's why it's so high. I just remember loving this movie so much back then and watching it over and over again.
Yeah, I knew that would be in your list. I did. My number 4 is going to be Insomnia.
It's great movie.
And this.
Get it back, my son.
Insomnia. Christopher Nolan. Toasted chalupa. Christopher Nolan. Dude, fucking, it's like Heat, but it's not. It's Al Pacino, Robin Williams, one of the creepiest fucking bad guys ever. Just being like, who knew Robin Williams, as lovable and fun as he was, that he could be so fucking creepy.
It's great.
That he was. And he believed so deeply that he didn't do anything wrong. And then you add in the Alaskan atmosphere that they put into this movie, where Al Pacino's not just on the hunt for the serial killer and not just going through it, but also he's fucking internal affairs is on his ass. And he's so good in this fucking movie too.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of Al Pacino's best that nobody really talks about for whatever reason, especially since it's a Christopher Nolan movie. You'd think it'd be more popular, but one of the all-time great serial killer movies of all time. And they have to deal with the fact that he's going crazy because the sun's up. If you've ever worked third shift, you get this fucking movie. like the sun is always fucking up and he can't fucking sleep and he's blind. Insomnia is a fucking... I still believe there's a lot of people who haven't really just taken this movie in, and you need to. It's
like Robin Williams, like that in 1 Hour Photo. He was, they were both incredibly good, and most people only remember Robin Williams for a certain type of role. I remember him like he was, in my opinion, he was one of the most versatile actors ever. Like he was able to do comedy like at an S tier level, but he was also able to do drama at an S tier level too. What was that movie that he did about death and dying? It was super sad.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil?
No, that wasn't him.
Remember the Good Times, Patrick St. Dempsey?
Fuck. I don't remember
what
you're
talking about.
Yeah. Oh shit, dude. What was that? Where he goes to hell and he rescues his wife after she kills herself.
Fuck, I know what you're talking about. Someone in the chat will say it any second now.
No, it wasn't Jack. Jack's a great one too. Oh my god, dude. What Dreams May Come. Yeah, What Dreams May Come. It's extremely depressing, extremely fucking depressing ass movie, but so well done by him. And then you look at stuff like Insomnia and 1 Hour Photo. Dude, that guy had all of it. He was such a gifted actor. It really was an amazing actor. But yeah, I agree.
It's not how you spell it nighttime.
Yeah, it was great. It's been a while since I've seen Insomnia. I have to watch that again.
You watched a different film.
Yeah, What Dreams May Come is definitely on Pornhub. Featured. It's featured. It's a featured film.
Oh shit! What is your number 3, sir?
All right, number 3 is a movie that it would never be on my list if I just saw the VHS cover of it, because it just looked like a throwaway kind of film. Phone Booth.
Hell yeah, that's on my honorable mentions. I
loved this fucking movie, dude. And you had no right to be that good. Fuck you, Joel Schumacher. You had no right to make me love this movie as much as you did. But dude, it's such a great goddamn movie, and it takes place. It's like entirely of a phone booth. But the acting performances by Kiefer Sutherland and Colin Farrell are like Academy Award-winning levels, and everything surrounding it is amazing. You had Katie Holmes was in it, I think, and then I can't remember the other chick's name. But dude, it's the psychology and thriller levels of this movie is. Joel Schumacher killed it. He absolutely did everything correct in this movie. And you look at this movie and you watch it and you're like, but you fucked up Batman. How you do this? Why you do this to me, Dimitri? It just makes no. Well, then that's where it leads you to believe that there was a lot of studio interference, because this movie had no right to be as good as it was. It was so incredible watching it.
Awesome. Dude.
I remember watching it at the end. I was like, I had to watch it again. I remember turning, rewinding it and watching it, or maybe I was a DVD. I just popped it. I just hit replay, but it was still good. Everything about that movie was insanely good.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I wanted so badly to put it into this list. It just didn't fit. But
Mind the Gap says, would the kids even know what a phone booth is now? No, probably not. Like, that's true. They probably wouldn't know. You have to call it like what do they call a plug-in station for your phone? I don't know.
Yeah. Colin Farrell was so good in that too. He's like, I'm a piece of shit. I cheated on my wife. I'm a purple shirt.
Yeah, dude. And that was really, it's like this arrogant cocksucker that really thinks he's bigger than he is, and he's walking around New York, and he's like treating his assistant like shit the entire time, and he's thinking he's this big shot, and then reality hits him when this fucking killer scopes him out, and he like knows everything about him. And God, dude, Colin Farrell is such I don't know if he's underrated, but he's such a great performance in this movie.
Yeah, dude, fucking no fucking way that I felt really bad not putting it in my list, but it's fucking amazing. And Kiefer Sutherland, just as a voice, makes the movie better alone. Just as a voice. We already talked about my number 3 because it was in Jay's list. It's The Ring.
Also says Queefer Sutherland.
Suffocated kumquat, perhaps.
Queefer.
But dude, Yeah, we talked about it already, so I won't say much. But The Ring is, to me, it's one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life. People can disagree with that because it's so pop culture, whatever. But like, it's a genuinely scary movie. It makes you feel disturbed at your core for whatever reason. And I went home that night feeling weird about life, and like that movie did that for me. And it's really good at Naomi Watts, good fucking acting, good cinematography, cool ass story idea. It's a Blumhouse-esque story idea. You got the stationary idea for fucking good horror, but they just took it up like 7 notches. I think it's underrated as an actually frightening film.
It took me a while to understand how well the acting was because I had to watch it a second or third time with subtitles on and mute it because I was so floored by the horror of what I was watching when I first saw it in the theater that I blanked out. I was in fucking survival mode while I was watching it, dude. Like I was sweating, my crack was on fire, I had to go poop. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I have to sit through and get through this. To survive. I just have to survive. I felt like I was in a fucking boxing match with Mike Tyson. Hey, you only got a few more rounds. You got a few more rounds.
I can literally see that with you too. I can see you watching that movie with you.
I was fucking sweating, dude. I was sweating. My number 2 is we've talked about it. We don't need to go too much into it. Is Gangs of New York. I love this movie. I've championed this movie multiple times. I've tried to get my brother to enjoy this movie more, and he just doesn't. I don't know if he just doesn't get it. I understand there's a lot. It's a long movie. It's an extremely long movie, and I get that some people kind of get bored when they have like period pieces films, and they're like, "All right, get to the fucking point." But I feel like it's so captivating because of Daniel Day-Lewis's performance. Every time he was on screen, there was something about him that was so fucking menacing and deadly that you didn't know if you never seen it before, you didn't know when that motherfucker was going to snap and just put like a penis in your eyeball, like out of nowhere. He'd be like, and that's why you're never part of the natives or some shit. And you're like, what happened? Like, when the fuck did he do that? Like, why? It was crazy. I love this movie, dude. I love it. The score, the ending is cool as fuck too. When you see the tombstone and then you see the time jump as time is moving forward and that music comes on. I think it was it Bush or maybe it wasn't Bush. I don't know what band was doing that music at the end. And then you see that the gravestones kind of disappear, and then the modern city takes over, and it's like pretty much like they were forgotten to time, but they were the ones that laid the foundation. I don't know, dude. It was so cool. It was so well done.
It's a fucking all-time great movie, dude. No matter how you cut it, it's an all-time great fucking movie. I totally agree that it needs to be on everyone's list. And if you're a fan of movies like The Departed or Godfather and shit like that, it's just a much watch. And I get why Cody doesn't like it because I'm not a period piece guy either. Like something about those films just throws me off, and it's kind of silly, but it's still fucking great. My number 2 is going to be 28 Days Later. This fucking movie, dude.
Yeah, it's on there.
Everyone's like, not a zombie film. Shut the fuck up. All right. Zombies don't actually exist. The infected don't actually exist. You can call them zombies. I don't care. This is a safe space. You can do that. What a weird movie, dude. Watching this, you never saw a movie like it, and it's so rare that you see a film and you're like, I've never seen anything like this. I felt that way when I watched Seven for the first time. I felt that way when I watched 28 Days Later for the first time. I was like, nobody else is doing this. Whatever I'm watching right now, it is a special new thing that we've never fucking experienced on this earth, and it's a fucking great film, dude. And Cillian Murphy started, nobody knew who he was back then. We see him, we see his dong, his hairy little dong on the screen, all that shit like that. Just fucking awesome.
Dan, no more you bad. Yeah, dude. I remember that movie freaking me out. I think the part that got me, and that specific part where when he was in the church and he was like, hello, is anybody alive? And then those people stand up and they're like, that's like walking into an anime convention and saying anime sucks. And then you're like, oh, and then like everyone's rushing you to fucking kick the shit out of you. Like, you don't like bronies?
And dude, on a low fucking budget, they managed to empty the streets of London and have him walk around. Dude, that was the idea of the movie. They fucking sold it perfectly. The opening of the movie is, what if you fucking woke up and the whole world was gone? And you're walking around London and there's these empty streets, and then these fucking zombie motherfuckers start chasing you. What a fucking, it's got to be one of the greatest ideas, at least for an opening of a horror film in the history.
I feel like there was another movie that he took heavy inspiration from, where the guy wakes up and he's the last man on earth. Was it wasn't it a Charlton Heston movie? I don't know.
No, it was The Day of the Turpids. It's an old fucking movie that they took the idea from.
Yeah. I will say, with a limited budget and they were able to do what they did was really cool, and it was cool to see it. I just feel like the problem is with it is was such a cock tease about whether or not they were zombies. Just say they're zombies. Like I like trying to make it, because what they were trying to do is they were trying to differentiate it between Romero films and their film, and they didn't want to be lumped in with the zombie craze. And I understand that, but it's like, dude, come on. It would have just been simpler to say that, hey, there was this new, there was a monkey in a lab that was being tested, and it went crazy, and it infected a human with this flesh-eating mind virus that made them, become bloodthirsty. Other than just say they were angry, mad, the rage virus, the fucking rage. I'm like, come on, dude, it ain't that it. If that ain't it,
they used the monkeys. The band, literally.
I don't know. The Omega Man was it? The Omega Man was another adaptation of I Am Legend. I think that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I do remember seeing something like that where he wakes up and everything's deserted.
Oh, I've never seen that one. Yeah, I know that they got a lot about it the day of the Tripids or some shit like that, but I can't remember.
Number one, we've talked about it at length, so we don't really need to go too much further in. With Spider-Man, it's my number one.
I should have known.
It's my number one. I like Peter Parker. I like Peter. I like Peter. What? Parker.
That man loves Peter.
I wouldn't want to fight me neither. Shut up. No, dude. Yeah, it's like I love the movie, dude. Without this movie, I don't think Marvel, I don't think superhero movies have the leg they have now. I mean, of course, it's kind of run its course a little bit, but without Spider-Man, now you can argue that Blade and Spawn and X-Men paved the way for these films, and they did in a lot of ways. But this was the biggest. This was mega, dude. This was fucking everywhere. They had a goddamn Hardee's Mill after this, or some shit, or Carl's Jr., or wherever you are. It was everywhere. It was on. I remember watching the music video. Everyone was hyping it up, and you know what? To be fair, it delivered. I think it did. It wasn't the perfect Spider-Man movie by any stretch of the imagination, but we had been in such a dry run with no Spider-Man film ever, or I think maybe the last time we'd been the late 70s, early 80s, and it was like that really cheesy ass shit that you'd seen Spider-Man on in any capacity live action. And the way they brought that story to life, Sam Raimi was able to nail the perfect balance between making it comic booky and then making like the real world consequences for actions in the film to make it more grounded. And obviously the killer casting of J. Jonah Jameson. I mean, like,
and Willem Dafoe.
And Willem Dafoe, the guy, what's the guy's name that played J. Jonah?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, dude, master. Like every time you see, if you read a comic book now, and there's a comic book scene with Jameson, you think of J.K. Simmons. That's how well he did.
Yeah. No, 100%. I totally agree with that. My number one's we talked about it as well. It's gonna be Signs. Just one of my literally will be in my top 10 all-time movies of all time. Mm-hmm. I love alien movies. B, I love fucking Mel Gibson. I love M. Night Shyamalan. And this was like a great performance by all of them all the way around. And fucking scary as shit, dude. What a genius way to bring aliens to the fold. Like you said earlier, living out in the middle of no Joaquin Phoenix, fucking great performance by him. Creepy as shit, realistic as hell. I mean, as far as those things go, they tied in the crop circles to it. Genuinely frightening, but also a goddamn blockbuster film. Just the way that they laid it out. Yeah, the aliens didn't look great with the CGI at the end and the whole water thing and all that. And you're always going to have your M. Night stuff. But dude, just like tiny things in this movie were so great. Like when he goes to his house and M. Night Shyamalan's the guy that hit his wife in the car, and the fucking thing with the claw. The first time you watched this movie in the theater, dude, you were sitting there the entire time like this. I mean, it was genuinely scary, like at times, in my opinion. For me, it was. I love Signs, dude. And again, like you said, culminates with the dinner time scene. It's like, I don't have a little bit of everything. Like spaghetti, I don't care. Like all-time great, dude. So I think that's too.
And even when he was like sitting with his son, he's like, "We're gonna breathe together."
Oh yeah,
like that scene, so and then Joaquin looks at him and he's like, "I don't want you ever to say that again." Where he was like, I think he said, "Fuck you" to God or something, and he's like, "I never want to see that from you again. I never want to hear that." He was an
ex-priest. Yeah.
There were so many layers to this movie. They did such a great job with the character development. It was insanely good. And again, I didn't force
anything down the throat. It was just a really good story.
Yeah, it wasn't about whether or not you believe in the Christian faith or not, but I think that moment is what scared Joaquin, is to see his brother fallen so far, where at that point he was going to abandon everything that made him who he was by blaming God, and that's where he drew the line. But yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Fucking amazing, dude. I like both of our lists too, to be honest with you. I think
your list looks cleaner. I think your list looks cleaner. Because a lot of people look at mine, they're like, God damn, Jay, you fucking geek ass motherfucker. The Lord of the Rings and Spider-Man, holy shit.
How about how do you feel about honorable mentions? Do you have any in yours?
I mean, there's obviously a few. Van Wilder was on there, 1 Hour Photo was on there. Die Another Day, which I know a lot of people don't like that James Bond movie, but I always liked it. I like the Madonna. I think I'll die another day. I think Madonna did a great job with that. Yeah, there were several. Cabin Fever. Men in Black 2. I liked Men in Black 2 a little bit better than Men in Black, if I got to be honest. I never thought when Men in Black 1 ended and Tommy Lee Jones was gone that it was going to work with that chick. I just didn't. And when he came back, it was great. That's when you get every week you like, flush me, Jay, flush me. I was like, nah. I feel like what they did with Men in Black 1 was great. It was obviously good. And then they just improved on it with Men in Black 2, which is rare. You usually don't have a sequel that does as well as the first.
I still like the first Men in Black better personally, just because I just remember that time. It was a great time to be alive. But no, my honorable mention would be 8 Mile. Fucking, that's a good movie, dude, man.
Yeah.
Tank top screaming Lotto, I don't fit you.
Yeah, but that's not. It felt like that's not even a movie. That's just his biography. Like, that's
right? Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Him being him.
Phone Booth, John Q, Mothman, all movies you mentioned. 40 Days and 40 Nights, good fucking comedy, sexy. Josh Hartnett was funny as fuck in that movie. Slackers, great comedy. Devin Sawa, I believe, was in Slackers. It's great comedy. And Buying the Cow, which I mentioned. Those are my honorable mentions.
Tabian, you know me so well. You would like Men in Black, Jay. I know. I like men in all suit colors.
I love men. That's basically what he said.
Mind the Gaps is Blade 2. I did like Blade 2.
I hated Blade 2.
I did like it. That was always a nostalgic memory for me because that was one of my first jobs I got. I got a job at Movie Gallery, and I remember within a couple of weeks of being there, I got to rent Blade 2 and take it home early before anyone else got it. That was a fucking perk, and I'm like, God damn, I got to see all that. And then I walked through high school and nobody cared. Because I couldn't go tell anybody. I was like, I saw Blade 2. I have it.
That's not the kind of thing that gets you laid.
Yeah, yeah. It's not something you could flex on. Like, I got Blade 2 at the house. Special features, got them.
I seen it, dog. I always hated Blade 2, dude. I really did. Like, the way that like the first film was so visceral and whatever, and then in Blade 2, when he would kill him and they would just turn into like shitty CGI fire dust. I was like, this is corny.
It was better than Trinity by far, but
sure.
Someone talked about Scooby-Doo. I was never a Scooby-Doo fan, so I never cared.
Never watched it either.
I watched Ice Age way after it was in 2000. I don't know when I watched it. It was all right. It was good. And then Lilo and Stitch. I'd never seen Lilo and Stitch. I swear to God, I've never seen it. And then
Saving Silverman wasn't 2002, was it?
I thought that was like 2001.
Yeah, Saving Silverman probably would have made the list. I feel like that one.
I feel like that's 2001.
You, sir, are correct. That was 2001. Ha ha!
I knew it.
Ha ha ha!
But I have to pee now. I'll be back soon.
Okay. Yeah, Panic Room. I agree, Gary. Panic Room was great. I'm a little nervous right now, to be honest with you guys, because just like last week, I had a really good week 1 on my moneyline parlay, and I had 5 games picked correctly. And listen to me, it was oh my God, they just blocked the fucking punt. Shit on a fucking pickle. God damn it. So here's the thing. Yeah, I had a fucking like 7-game parlay and I had 5 games picked right. And I bet $12 and they offered me $100 to cash it out. I let it ride. Had Tampa Bay plus 2.5 and I have the Chargers -3 and it would have paid out $530. And, so I'm a little nervous in my hole right now based on the fact that Tampa Bay just got fucking butt blocked. So excuse me for that, because that may have just lost me $500. Not that I gave $500. I only bet 12, but you know how it goes. Fuck. That's how it feels. But anyways, apart from that, there was movie news because we are going to be professionals and we're just going to move on. There was movie news that happened over the weekend that we have not talked about yet. And part of that involves Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we knew that the rights for this went up. Sit around, I bet $12, all right? It was a $12 bet. Yeah, it sucks. But anyway, A24, it looks like is in the lead to get Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, what that means is that A24 wants to do yet another horror series like they're doing with Crystal Lake. They want to do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. Now, Glenn Powell is involved, but not to star in it. I guess that means he would be a producer, maybe a writer, who knows. But JT Mulner or Glenn Powell's not going to star in the series, but he's involved in it. They're going to do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre TV series if they win the rights. They are in the strong position to win those rights. JT Mulner, who wrote Strange Darling, which was dope as shit, is going to be involved in it, which is good. Roy Lee, as a producer, is going to be involved in it. So what you're going to get, if A24 wins, which they think they're going to win, you'll get a Texas Chainsaw Massacre TV series by A24, and you'll probably get a Roy Lee Netflix movie, which, as far as I know, will not tie at all whatsoever into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that we saw on Netflix previously. So there's that. Oh, fucking catch it, you dumb bitch!
Don't talk to your wife like that live on air. What are you talking about? she was dropping a piece of culinary in the kitchen. Good God.
What do you think about though? What do you think about that though? A Texas Chainsaw Massacre TV series from A24 looks like it's going to happen.
What does it all mean, Basil? Like, great if it happens, but I don't know. Like, all this bullshit's always like said and stuff, and there's not, like, I don't know.
I mean, it's from Deadline, so it's like it's a legit. So. By the way, the people bidding on it, one of them was Jordan Peele, which apparently Jordan Peele and his company backed out real quick. Another one is Ty Sheridan, who does the Yellowstone show. And there was another one where Brian Bertino, who directed The Strangers, and Oz Perkins was going to produce a movie, which would have been a feature, which would be my pick. I would rather have a movie in theaters than anything else. But it looks like A24 is in the lead to win the rights, and they will make a TV series and possibly a Netflix movie.
I just don't want to. I just don't give a fuck about the early years of this hillbilly cannibal family and about how they hunt. I just don't give a shit.
It's going to be a prequel. They just said it's going to be a TV series.
Yeah, but you know how these studios are, like, let's explore that a little bit. Let's talk about how they's out there in the country folk and they's raised, fucking roosters and shit. And then they're like, hey, I'm tired of eating chicken. Time to eat some humans. I don't want to. I don't know. I just,
dude. In my opinion, one of the best things about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that went to Netflix that you and I liked a lot was that it got away from the family. This is an unpopular opinion. I don't give a fuck about the family. There's only so much redneck shit you can handle. Just give me Leatherface killing people. That's all I need. I don't need the family to be
honestly. Yeah, if they well, to be fair, if they were going to do a sequel to that to the Netflix movie, I'd be fine with that. Where it's a little bit in the future, he's older, whatever. Yeah, he's doing his own. I'd be fine with that.
I don't think it'll be tied into that though, because it's a completely different production company. So,
dude, Texas Chainsaw Massacre's got one of the most confusing backstories of all time when it comes to, like, what's the actual canon. I mean, it's even more confusing than fucking Jason, and that's saying something.
Yeah, like it's. I just. How many TV series for horror are we going to do?
I don't want it. I think that I'm telling you, dude, I want the Crystal Lake Crystals, whatever it's called. Crystal Lake Crystals, whatever the fuck that show's called, the Crystal Lake Chronicles or Degrassi season 8, whatever the fuck they're going to call it. I hope it's great. I just don't have high hopes for it because they're going to focus more on Pamela and that bullshit. I just don't think it's going to be great. I want it to be. I just don't have high hopes. I just wish that they would move away from the only TV shows that would work, in my opinion, that are centered around horror icons. Give us some Tales from the Crypt style type of shit with Doug Bradley resuming his role as Pinhead and make it about the Hellraisers, all about the people that opened the box throughout time, and do something like that. Something very simple, very basic. I don't think I need to know the backstory of when, like these are the kind of people that would say, well, let's tell the backstory of Pinhead and when he was in the army and what led him to the box. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Yeah,
I think intrinsically, and you know what I'm saying? A movie's better. But A24 is a good studio. They know horror. They know what they're doing. And apparently, I mean, if they're willing to put all this money out to buy Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and their main thing is to do a TV series, that should actually probably give you hope in how much they believe in what they're doing with Crystal Lake, right? Apparently, Crystal Lake must be doing good if they're willing to shell out more than the 5 or 6 suitors that are looking to get the movie. So, could be great. Could be great. I don't know. But
it says horror icons, Jay. Yeah, Mia Khalifa stars in it. You should watch it. You should watch it. It's gonna be great.
But that's
I didn't mean to say horror.
Horror.
God, that's such a word that could get you in trouble if you back in the day when you were going to Blockbuster or Hollywood Videos. Like, where are your horror movies? Like, sir, you're we don't have a porn room. I meant horror.
Horror.
Thank you for embarrassing me in front of everybody on a Saturday night.
Horror. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chit chat tonight. Get into it with Jeremy Shelley. Says A24 has the rights to TCM. Hope they do the movie justice. The original TCM is my favorite horror movie. That and Jaws. Love Halloween 78. Also, I agree, but again, they're not planning to do a movie. They're planning to do a TV show and possibly as well a Netflix movie. So if A24 is doing a movie, I'm like, yes, that's my pick. But
I think, I know that there's some reservations about A24 as a studio and how they tackle certain horror movies, and I could totally get it. I do think that they could do a good job with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, given the right director and a good writer on it. But yeah, we'll see. I hate the fucking idea of a TV show revolving around Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and it could be great, but I agree with you. I'd much rather have a movie. Byron Hansen says, y'all know Superman X? He was in the TV show Legion of Superheroes, and he should be adapted into the Gunverse. That Dre and Eminem story was funny as fuck. I can't believe Mama do more book reviews. Yeah, we were talking about when Jay and I used to do we used to do karaoke all the time. We used to do Forgot About Dre, and at the end I always go, Mama, and then Jay, I'm like, God damn it. And
yeah, dude, because he does that shit on purpose when I'm in my flow, and he's doing that to get me to laugh, and then I'll fuck it up because I'm like, nowadays, and then I get Mama, fuck it, I don't even want to do it. But yeah, it was as far as the more book reviews. Well, yeah, I mean that would be if there's a call for it, we'll do it. We've done a lot of script reviews or movies that never got made.
Those are always fun to do too, man. Appreciate you, Byron. Gary says, have you seen the 50 Cent leaks as Balrog? It's looking sick, more accurate than the MK movies.
I haven't seen that. No,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Gary. I love you, but I don't know what the fuck that means.
Balrog?
Is that a character in Mortal Kombat that I don't know about?
Dude, it's a Balrog. That sounds like some shit from Lord of the Rings. I don't remember, dude. I'm sorry, man. I don't remember what you're talking about. I know that that's not Street Fighter, right? That's not Street Fighter. Because there's all that news coming out about Street Fighter.
Yeah, I don't know Balrog. I don't. Dallas Mulford. Hey, good to see you, Dallas Mulford. Dallas Mulford. I don't know why I fucked up your name. What's up, fellas? On vacation this week? Hell yeah, dude. Vacation's the best.
Getting it done.
So I can make a live. Also 2-0 in fantasy this week. Get it up, Dak Street boys. Hey, that fantasy league is tight. It's tough pickings because in every single league there's like 20 teams. So everybody's playing with shit fucking players, and it's a battle of attrition. So if you're 2-0 in that, fucking hat tip.
I just gotta be honest with you, Dallas. Dak Street Boys sounds like somewhere you don't want to buy your crack cocaine. You got to get it from the Dak Street Boys. Like, oh man, their shit's never fucking pure. It's like, yeah, but the Dak Street Boys only one got it. Like, oh,
hey, Dak's doing good too. By the way, Cowboys, they won last week, tight one, but Dak looks good. Gary says, Mike, I watched Imaginary. Watching that film again gave me an awful ideation. Bloomhouse needs to stop. Google would not let me type what I want. Yeah, dude. Fucking goddamn Titans, fucking shit clock. But yeah, no,
Tennessee.
In all honesty,
Tennessee.
I said Titans.
Lord, I really have been real stressed down and out.
Yeah, dude, Imaginary, if you guys haven't had a chance to see it and you really want the cinematic equation to punching yourself in your own cock, watch Imaginary by Blumhouse.
By the way, I was gonna ask you, so are you gonna be back at all this week?
To
do Friday? No, to do Friday.
No, I'll be back Saturday night.
Okay,
I won't be back.
So here's what I'll do. Since we won't be able to do a live recap of, so I guess we'll just save it for next week, which is fine. We can just roll it into something. Because normally what we do on Fridays, we do the new Peacemaker episode and Alien Earth. So what I'll do, here's what I'll do on Friday. I've never seen it. I'll put it on Patreon for you guys. I'll do a commentary, a watch along. If you won't, I'll do together. So I never watched it.
Yeah, you should do it. I liked it a lot. I thought that was fucking
should be. So it could be like, I'll let Mike put a vote up on the polls in the Patreon. It could be either together or the other one I haven't seen from the guys that did Talk to Me.
Bring Her Back.
Bring Her Back. I've never seen either one of them.
Yeah, I can put up a poll. That's a good idea.
So that way at least some content will come out for you guys if you guys want.
Yeah, join that fucking Patreon, that YouTube membership, so you get that shit. I think it'd be great, dude. Yeah, I think you like both those movies. Michael Parton says Demon Slayer slated at the box office. Go
I
anime.
heard.
I didn't know
heard.
anything about this, but apparently that movie fucking crushed. And Long Walk apparently did ass. Like apparently it was terrible, which is shocking. Actually,
it was a long shit throughout the entire movie.
May have had to do with Stephen King's nonsense on Twitter.
No, dude, I thought that too. But the fact is, like, Stephen King was a complete dumbass for saying what he did, and he was proven wrong. And he was.
But credit to him for apologizing.
He did apologize, but he was still retarded. He should have done his own research without, relying on information that he didn't look up himself. But my point being is, I think that had nothing to do necessarily with the movie tanking. I think the movie didn't do well because marketing, it didn't look great. Mike even admitted himself that the trailer didn't really entice him. Yeah. And a lot of people might have felt that way. And generally, the movies survive by word of mouth. So when you go and see a movie and it looks like it's got a great score, I'm telling you, it's not that good of a movie. It's an average film. And I feel like that's why the drop off happened.
Well, I mean, the audience score was 85% positive, though.
Yeah, but those are all. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, dude. There's no reason why it should be dropping off as hard as it did, like a fucking rock.
Yeah, it is.
Like Fantastic Four had good reviews too, and it dropped off quick.
That is true. Yeah. There's something to be said for marketing at the end of the day. Eric Huss, what's up, buddy? Said, can we talk about how Jay completely removed an entire window AC unit to escape one night stand? Just kidding, you guys rock. Don't hate me, Jay. That's a good story.
Why don't you jack off to Lauren Lavera in your bunk bed that's made out of a car seat? What the fuck are you talking about, Eric? Yes, I know I did that because I was trying to be nice. I was trying to sneak out of this bitch's house without alerting her to my presence. All right. Really briefly, I'll go back. What happened was this chick I wasn't really interested in. She made me stay over. I didn't touch her. I didn't want to do anything with her because I wasn't attracted to her in that way, whatnot. And so she's like, well, I have these fucking Dobermen that were outside of her goddamn door, like guarding it like it was a Saw house, like from the fucking movie Saw, and I couldn't leave. I couldn't just get up and leave. So I was like, I'll wait until I literally said this. I was like, I'll wait until the sun crests for the horizon. I said something. I was like, I'll wait till sunlight, and then I gotta go. And she's like, okay. She was sleeping. As soon as the first kiss of light came over the horizon, I raised up off that fucking bed like fucking Dracula, dude. I didn't move the covers. Like there was no. She was not alerted. I got up. She had a window unit in her fucking window, and I'm like, I gotta take this off. I have to remove this to get out of this fucking house because her door was guarded by Doberman. This shit was like wrote by Wes Craven, like people under the stairs shit in the hallway. So I undid the fucking window unit. I crawled down. My leg got caught on the fucking windowsill, and I stretched like Van Damme in a fucking movie, dude, like straight up fucking splits. And I was like, ah, but not like that, not like wow, but I was like, oh. And then I got my foot free from the window frame, and then she was like, and then I was like, oh, good, nobody woke up. And I was gonna run to my car and get the fuck out of there. And then she appeared in the window like a jump scare. She's like, where the fuck are you going? I'm like, I was like, I said, I gotta go to church. It's Sunday. And she's like, what? I'm like, I gotta go to church. It's Sunday. And she's like, what are you talking about? I didn't know you were. I was like, no, I go to church every Sunday. I love the Lord. I have to go give my tithings. And she's like, well, why don't you just go through the fucking front door? I'm like, because you have hellspawn guarding your fucking hallway. You told me they would bite me. And she's like, well, can you put my fucking air conditioner unit back up here? I was like, I put it next to the floor. It's right there. It doesn't weigh a lot. And then I just ran to my fucking 2000 Dodge Neon, my silver.
This is not an attractive woman, by the way.
She was not. Yeah, she's not exactly what you would call traditionally attractive. It wasn't like I was missing out.
This is the first girl that you dated after the marriage, right? So you were really digging in the ditches and burning through the witches.
I was in a Dracula song. Like you got knock down some of them hood rats before you can get back up on that horse. And I was in that stage, and I wasn't trying to be mean to her. I wasn't trying to hate on her. I wasn't doing nothing. I didn't say nothing mean. I just got the fuck out of Dodge. Well, come to find out the next day when I went to work, on Monday, she already told the whole fucking factory about what the fucking happened. And everybody was like, oh, I can't believe you did that to her. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I had to go to church. I told you this. My soul was in jeopardy.
Austin said it was that Mister.
She's a little bit thinner. But it was you was putting it on a pedestal. I did not put it on a pedestal. I didn't. I knocked it down. I just didn't want to put my dick in it because it was like there was a dark hole. I'm just not doing that.
Terry the Dad, member 14 months. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man.
says 02 was a damn fine year for movies. 28 Days Later, Gangs of New York, Catch Me If You Can. Didn't mention that one. Star Wars Episode 2, Red Dragon, Road to Perdition, 1 Hour Photo, Spider-Man, Harry Potter 2, Lilo and Stitch, Lord of the Rings 2, Powers.
I got some of them on my list. What are you talking about?
I wasn't a Catch Me If You Can guy. I never got me. I could never watch
Road to Perdition was good, but I don't remember much of it.
I never watched that one. I never checked out Road to Perdition personally.
It was based on a graphic novel.
Jeremy Shelley says, "How about Crawford winning the big fight?" Guys?
That was awesome. That was awesome. I told Mike fucking bet on Canelo. I was like, change that shit. Bet on fucking Crawford. He's like, no, I already locked it in.
I did. Cody came out. Jay's brother Cody came up, and we all hung out together and watched the fight. And fuck it, we started too early because the fight didn't come on until like 1 a.m. We were pretty 3 sheets to the wind, but we had a good time watching the fight together, even though
Crawford opened up a fucking school in him, dude. Like
he
that was
that ass, dude. He whooped that ass. Sean Higginbottom says diseased Oompa Loompas.
I talking about the fucking you talking about that green dot in space?
Dude, the last stream that we did.
Oh, yeah. Well, you shouldn't repeat certain things like that, Sean.
Space Ghettos, maybe for 14 months, says Mike, does Charlie Sheen doc mention Corey Haim? He doesn't. So I still have about 30 minutes to go. And he has not mentioned it yet.
By the way, I'm not gonna get into some kind of legal trouble here, but it was never. I don't remember, and I could be wrong, but I don't remember Corey Haim ever coming out explicitly and saying or naming Charlie Sheen. It was true, dude, because I said it. Corey Feldman, after Corey Haim died, which was not his place to say or talk about or mention at all. That wasn't his fucking right to do. And that's from what I remember. That accusation came from Feldman, and I don't remember if Corey Haim's mom, or I know that Corey Haim's mom and sister don't like Feldman at all. They're like, he's a guy that tried to exploit him, his best friend, tried to use his fucking money or his death for clout. I don't know, who knows? But Charlie Sheen, I know that he responded, said that's the most fucking ridiculous.
Go Baker, you fucking fuck dick. Yeah, I agree.
How, you know what? If Mike was a jockey in fucking the Kentucky Derby, that's how he would talk to his horses. But no, I do think that I don't know. I don't know what the exact parts of the case were, but from what I understand, Haim never specifically came out and said it. And I think that Charlie Sheen had to respond. He said, that's the most disgusting, vile shit I've ever heard. That's not true at all.
I don't believe it, dude. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it.
I don't know.
I don't believe it. It sounds like Charlie Sheen has been very up and up about what he did do and what he didn't do. And Corey Feldman, by and large, he's
not exactly a great track record, even though I know he's a superstar rock star. But you can't believe everything he says, right? I mean, come on. He's not exactly got the best track record.
That's just something I don't believe personally. And Lord of the Dog Town, thanks, buddy, says, I hate referring to my personal life on social media, but I recently lost my father, and I just want you two to know that you keep me laughing my ass off, and I just want to thank you. Fans of Poppy, she rules. I don't know who Poppy is.
No, that sucks, though, bro. That sucks. I'm sorry about that, man. I'm glad that you find some entertainment in some low parts of your life, but we really appreciate you, dude. And I don't know who Poppy is. That sounds like some kind of like drug oil that I don't want any part of.
Drug oil. No, I am sorry for your loss as well, man. That's just, it's crazy, dude. There was a clip from it's pretty cool if you want to look it up. There was a clip from Blink-182's concert last night where Tom was singing, the song Stay Together for the Kids, about his parents getting divorced.
Yeah.
And he's playing the song, and the song says, so here's your holiday, and all that stuff like that. But he kind of breaks down like on stage, and he's like, for the first time, I was saying that when you're dead and gone lyric. And he's like, I connected it with the fact that like my dad is dead and gone. Yeah. And he was like crying, and he was like, he is dead and gone. And he was like, fucking life's hard, dude. Like shit's hard. And he was like, we're all going through it. We've all gone through it with your parents dying and shit like that. He was like, but literally, he was like, the band's logo is a smiley face, right? Yeah. And he was like, the reason for that is like the band's purpose is to like force happiness because life is hard and life is dark and everything sucks. So like the whole band's purpose is to force happiness. And I just thought that was pretty cool. And it made me think of stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because like that is something that intrinsically we're all going to fucking go through. And it's awful. And
well, yeah, I lost dad I lost both of them because I lost daddy in 2023, and then I lost my grandfather who raised me in 2024, and before that I lost my grandmother who was my mom that had raised me in 2021. So, I mean, yeah, it's one of the worst fucking experiences you can ever have in your life. And I feel for you, man. It sucks. There's nothing that I can say to make you feel any better. But, you know, I guess the best medicine for what helps me or whatever is just to try to focus on the good times that you had with them and be thankful for those moments that you did have. That's it. But I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. And we love you, man. And we appreciate you. Motionless Zombie says, hey, guys, 9 Inch Nails put on a goddamn good show in Fourth Ward. Dude, I want to see 9 Inch Nails. The tickets were too expensive, but that's fucking awesome. I'm glad you got to go. I would love to go see them at some point.
Did they give out devil worshiping cards, or was that at the VIP party?
Gary 29, thanks, buddy. Says it kept me up at night ever since I heard a professional say you have no idea how many near misses Earth has had. And I'm like, instead of wars, shouldn't we be focusing on making tech to protect Earth? Yeah. You said it, brother.
Dude, do you remember what Tony Stark said? Remember when I said we should put a whole armor around the world, but it would impact our precious freedoms? You're a liar. I do that, but you know what? Tony Stark's kind of right in that particular moment during Avengers Endgame when he was like chastising Steve Rogers, like, you said we'd lose together too, and we did that. But you know what? That's true. Like, instead of all this stupid bullshit that we constantly focus on, dude, like, there's outside threats, like real possible threats. Like, we are a fucking blue ball in the middle of goddamn an ocean of black surrounding us. You have no idea what's out there, and you guys are worried about fighting over words or land or some other bullshit political ideology, while your fucking life could be dependent on you coming together and figuring out technology that can save you from shit. It's crazy to me. And it's not like we couldn't do it, but it's like, instead we're like, no, let's focus on this. This is more important.
Well fucking said, dude. Just well fucking said. By the way, I gotta pee, Jay. We're at 8:45 with Jay Tinsel.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Oh, I know Jay Tinsel. Oh, Jay Tinsel. Come on, dude. Come on, dog. Come on, man. 11:14 is better than anything I've watched in 2025. You're lying, JT Owsley. I don't lie. Behind JT Insel. Dude, maybe I should. All right. You know what, JT? I'll ask Mike to put that in the poll too. On Friday, I'm going to do a commentary for a movie I've never seen. So it's either going to be Bring Her Back, it's going to be Together, or it's going to be 11:14. And we'll let the peeps decide. I will get to 11:14 100%. I promise you. But I'm going to, if it gets voted in, I'll watch it on Friday for show. Appreciate you, JT. Daniel Torres says, it's Raider week. Fuck the Raiders. Let's go Bolts. He's talking about the San Diego Chargers is who he's talking about there. Great team. Phenomenal team. I do like them. The Raiders is one of those weird teams, dude. Raiders are such a strange team. Like, they always fire like their entire staff after 2 years, so they never really can get anything going. But anyway, yeah. So he likes the Chargers. Mercutio 80. He says, "Hey gays, I have a movie fight video idea. Twin movies. Ed TV versus Truman Show." So he wants us to pit Ed TV against Truman. What's better? What's more phenomenal? They're both great in their own ways. I like it a lot. Ed TV is a lot more of a lighthearted approach to that idea. Truman Show, heavy, depressing, couple of moments of levity in it, but generally a depressing film overall. I would pick personally what I enjoyed the best. I liked Truman Show. I just did. I don't know. I thought the performances with Ed Harris and Jim Carrey were phenomenal. I liked Ed TV quite a bit. I thought it was a moment in time. They did a great job capturing the video. He was like a video store employee and the whole, but that was more like an MTV style like movie, right? It felt like more of an MTV thing. And Truman Show just had more depth to it. That's my opinion. But thank you, Mercutio. And when he says, "Hey gays," he meant like we're very happy all the time. Richie Drums says, "Hi guys, have you seen the Friday the 13th game retro blue hockey mask selling at Spirit Halloween?" I have not. Also, I wish Jared Leto would get ugly and show his age already. No, dude, that motherfucker is like sold his soul to the devil and smokes peyote daily to keep his young good looks. That motherfucker like says no to aging. He just says no. It's not even a question. He just looks at aging when it comes to his door and it knocks. He's like, "I don't want to." And they're like, "Okay, well, he smokes peyote and he's great." That's what happens. Jared Leto will never get ugly. He will always look beautiful, which is a shame because he's a fucking weirdo, arrogant prick that lives out in the desert and smokes peyote, like I said. But anyway, he won't get ugly. I've not seen Friday the 13th game retro blue hockey mask selling at Spirit Halloween. Maybe you have. Mike, thoughts?
I have seen this. I have seen this in the wild. And I have seen it online, cool, like whatever. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I'm real over I'm over. This is gonna sound fucking weird, dude, but I'm over horror merchandise.
Oh.
I feel like horror is one of the, if not the greatest fan base in fan bases, and I just feel like the powers that be, the marketing powers that be, if you're talking about Jason Universe, whatever, have just especially when it comes down to the conventions and stuff and the prices of autographs and pictures. I feel like horror is great because they have the greatest community in the world, but I feel like they're squeezing the fucking life commercially out of it, and they're making every last dime they can. You go to fucking Spirit Halloween, dude, half that shit is dog shit dollar store worthy merchandise, and they're selling it for $30 and $40, and I'm kind of over it all. I feel like they're abusing it.
Yeah, I feel like horror fans have definitely been taken advantage of, and definitely baby oiled up P. Diddy style by the corporate machine, because they know that we all love horror in such a amazing way that they can squeeze this. But to be honest and to be fair, it's kind of cool to see all the merchandise, because there was a long time period there that you couldn't find anything worth a shit. Like, because it was all like, so the commercial, or I was gonna say the commercial success of these horror movies, but it's just more of a resurgence of commercial success, because they were commercially successful back before they weren't. It's a double-edged sword, but it is what it is.
By the way, the fucking Bucks won. Daddy's fucking parlay still alive, and I'm fucking juiced.
I bet Gruden's so happy.
He's not there anymore.
He probably loves it. Emotionless Zombie says, "R.I.P. my wallet. I just bought 2 Halloween Horror Night tickets with the Fast Pass for me and my mom. I bought a ticket for him this Thursday." Hey, you know what? R.I.P. your wallet, but also VIP your happiness, because that sounds awesome to me. Like, that sounds cool. We've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, and if you got the extra funds to go do that, that's cool, man. And you take your mom with you, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, honest God, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like, and those are the good. That's the good side of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool as fuck that there's a Halloween Horror Nights. People, it's not close to us, so we can't necessarily go.
Yeah.
But
it's expensive though.
Yeah, so expensive. But yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude. I hope you guys have the best. I saw some people were talking about concerts. They're like, I'm not going to any concerts, but I am going to Halloween Horror Nights. To some people, that is their fucking concert.
Yeah, and I think it's so cool, like, that people will like budget and save for the year just to go to that. That's so cool. I love it. I think that's awesome, and I don't disagree with that at all. Like, that's hey, put away a fund at the beginning of the year just to have that money reserved so you can go and experience Halloween Horror Nights. That's awesome.
100%. And by the way, just it's super cool that you're taking your mom to that, dude. I'm so glad you guys get to have that. Your mom must be fucking awesome. Like, it's super cool that you get to experience that. Enjoy that, man, and fucking enjoy that. Like, I think that's awesome for you guys. I'm pumped.
Michael Parton, I remember seeing Spider-Man in the theaters when I was 5. No, you don't. You're lying. Why are you talking about that? Per Turlington says, boys, when out in public, do either of you have a secret code to let your wives know you are about to bronze your tidy white? I use a quote from Fear Street 1666. The full moon rises before nightfall. That's fucking great, turd. And your name is perfect for this question. Is there a code to let each other know that we're going to shit our pants? Well, we haven't been out with each other for a while, but I generally am just upfront about it. I'm like, hey man, I shit my pants. Well, no, I didn't. Now, there was one moment I didn't tell Mike, because I think I was still freshly dating April, so I didn't want to have this situation occur, because it was very embarrassing. I had shit my pants while we were sitting on the bar stool. I literally shit my pants. I thought it was going to be one of those silent ones, and it was going to be fine. And I underestimated the power of poop, and it came out like the Hershey Chocolate Factory in Pennsylvania. It was a fresh load, and I was like, oh my God, I've shit my pants. And I can't really tell Mike. I can't nudge his arm and be like, I shit my pants, dude. We gotta go, because we had just ordered beer. So I ran to the bathroom in this establishment, and I started wiping my ass as quick as I could. I was up, like I was like fucking sifting for gold in the Old West. I was desperate to get all of it out. And it was awful. It was so bad. And then I did come back to the table. I like, well, I guess we're gonna go. And then Mike was like, I have a half a beer. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I couldn't just say like, hey man, I shit my pants, we need to leave. But we had a code for a clinger when I was single, and I was trying to like get a lady. And we were out, and we were like macking dadding a little bit on the single scene. If there would be some that would be like really bad, and it'd be clingers, and we would call Ghost Protocol. And Ghost Protocol was like, I need to exit and leave and get in my car, and you need to leave with me. Don't say anything, just leave. Drop everything you're doing and leave. Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol is what we used to say. I used to. So it was weird. Katie and I, when we first started dating, we worked together, and we lived in Winchester. We worked in Lexington, but for some reason, dude, every morning when we hit because to get from Winchester to Lexington, you have to hit like a 20-minute stretch of interstate. And every time we hit that stretch of interstate, my stomach would go, and I would fucking feel it. And I'm like, oh no. And I would have to sit through that knowing there was no pull off. And then like all the time I would have to be like, got to pull over at the Walmart. And it was not an easy stretch. And it was not a pretty Walmart. It was a sketchy ass Walmart. And I have to run there. I can't tell you how many times I pooped in that Walmart. But no, I would just go up to my lady and be like, "Hey, no." And you have to do this. Like you have to be like, "Seriously, no, I'm a shit.
Okay,
I'm gonna shit." And then like it's like, "Oh, fuck, again." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, we're going."
I feel stupid, turd. I literally was telling you, like your question was like, "Do you have a code for your wives?" And I was acting like Mike was my wife. Like, how do I let my wife Mike know?
No, he was just like, "Dude, I'm gonna poop my pants."
I know. Now I'll just be like, I'll tell her, like, listen, I'm about to have the screaming demons in 2 seconds, and she knows what that means. Like, I'm talking about the screeching bowels of hell is getting ready to come in my ass, and we have to leave, and then we leave. But so yeah, there's a code, but not really. I'll just be like, I gotta poop. I gotta go poop, and that's it.
Yeah. It's a dark night. The worst, dude. By the way, I've learned as an old man, Imodium. I didn't know this was a thing you could do. But if you're nervous that you're gonna be in public and have to poo, you could pop something called Imodium, and it'll stop you from pooping. I didn't know that until like 2 weeks ago.
A lot of mine is nerves, though. It's just nerves that come, and it's like
that makes you have to poop, though.
It makes you have to poop, and then you really start trusting the wrong things in your body that says it's just a fart, and it's not. It's a gateway to hell.
So I'm saying, dude, I'm getting on this flight on Thursday morning at like 6 a.m. by myself, and I'm gonna pop me a little Imodium, and that way I don't have to poop on the plane.
You should pop you a little oxycodone or something like that.
If I had one,
whatever you have. Kyle says, "Thank you so much." Says Jay, I picked up Ciri, Yennefer, and Geralt Rivia, all from the Witcher Wild Hunt Dark Horse collection. I even started reading the first book. That's awesome. Yeah, talk about the Witcher.
Gay!
No, dude. You got the
Kyle.
first season. The first season of The Witcher with Henry Cavill was insanely good, insanely awesome. And Henry Cavill also got the character. It's a great game. It's a great series. Unfortunately, it went to shit, and he dropped out of it because he's like, I understand what's going on here. You guys are trying to make this like super like one way. I'm not going to be a part of this. You're ruining the character. Either way, that's awesome though. I've never had the desire to go and read the books, but that's awesome, dude. I love the series though.
Dude, there's nothing better about being a fan than if there's a new show or movie, or even if not, just like deciding you're going to be a fan of something and then going out and buying the accoutrement, buying the fucking background shit, really getting deep into it, feeling it, goes all the way around. I love that shit, dude.
For some reason, I got like a little hanky in my pinky, and I for Ghost Rider, for some reason, I wanted to go back and read a bunch of Ghost Rider shit. I feel like he's an underused character that's never really been given justice on the big screen at all. And he's such an interesting character, an awesome character. And so I reactivated my Marvel Unlimited subscription where you can read the comic books. And I just got done reading the Garth Ennis 2006, I think it was 2006, 2007 Ghost Rider run that he did for Marvel Knights. It was so fucking good, dude. It was so good. And I'm like, God damn, that's the kind of movie. It's so simple. It's so easy to make. I feel like Ghost Rider and Blade are some of the simplest type of films that you can make and be successful with making them, because the story just already tells itself. It's so easy. Just point the fucking camera, let the action happen. But they want to confuse it and put all this shit in it that doesn't matter. And because like Johnny Blaze is such an easy character, right? He's like, he sold his soul to save his friend from dying of cancer. I think in the movie they made it his dad, but whatever, that's fine. That makes so much sense. A lot of people would be willing to do that. Like, if I can save somebody from dying of this horrific,
it's a good story.
It's a great story. And then and then his whole thing is, cursed with this spirit of vengeance. I don't know, but either way, I get you, man. Nighttime says, you seen Spider Babe from 2003. It's the porn Spider-Man with a girl version of Peter Parker. They recreate the iconic upside down kiss by her hanging upside down from her web in an alley.
Hell yeah.
And sucks the guy. Oof.
Hell yeah.
You just
Dudes will be
made
like,
my
hell
fucking
yeah.
you made my fucking lead stand up at attention, sir. I will
Hell
look
yeah.
at that. No, I've never seen it, but that
I
sounds
love
awesome.
it. I'm gonna look it up now.
Man of Tomorrow JG says, "Hey Mike and Jay, I got a tough question for you guys. Delete 2 from history, then keep 2. Man of Steel, Batman Begins, Spider-Man 2002, Iron Man 2008. Love y'all. So we have to delete 2 from history and then keep 2.
All right, so Man of Steel stays. Batman Begins stays.
Well, that's it then. So you have to delete Iron Man and Spider-Man. That's
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna
So
do
you're
that.
heavy DC guy. You're heavy
I'm gonna
DC.
do it. I'm gonna do it. Man of Steel is not going any fucking where. That's a great question though, dude.
I love the question. I think I would keep Man of Steel without a doubt, and I'll keep Iron Man. I love Batman Begins and Spider-Man 02 is insanely good, but I would keep Man of Steel and Iron Man 08 and delete the other 2. That way I can at least have the start of both DC and Marvel in their respective universes.
There's no wrong answer to that question. That was a great fucking question.
Austin says, you guys remember that scene in Hook when he tries to off himself? It's dark and hilarious, and I quote it all the time. Disney wouldn't allow it now. In Hook,
I haven't seen Hook in fucking 10 years.
I love Hook. Hook is a weird Rufio. Looky, I got Hooky. The part where he tries to off himself. I'm trying to think of that when he did. Oh, what are you talking about? Like when Captain Hook is like, oh, maybe that part. They try to make a kind of a joke about it when he's like walking. He's gonna pull the trigger. Yeah, that was dark. That was weird that they put that in that movie. He was like literally Captain Hook because he had nothing to live for now because Peter Pan was gone. He was gonna shoot himself in the fucking head.
Dark.
Yeah, that was dark.
Fucking dark, dude.
But that's a great movie. Nighttime says, I think Long Walk and Warfare are the most brutal films this year, more barbaric than every horror film this year.
Brother, fucking Warfare is darker than any horror movie you will see this year. I mean, god damn.
Yeah,
you're talking about being in a tiny room with a bunch of a bunch of soldiers while they're literally bleeding out and have their legs ripped off.
I know. I
want to hear them scream, dude. It's such a good movie. Hard to watch.
Maybe I don't want to see it. I don't know. It depends on how much alcohol I have available to me when I watch it. But the other thing is the Long Walk. I'm like, here's the thing, dude. I'm glad that you got that out of it nighttime. Like when I was watching it, I was just bored a lot of the times, and I know it's a dark story and it's dystopian as fuck, and there's a whole underlying current going that's supposed to be there, but I just didn't get that feeling when I was watching it. But I get what, if it affected you, then they did their job, right? So good for you. That's awesome that you got that from that film.
Yeah.
Kyle says, picked up some cheap 4Ks. Asteroid City, Gremlins, Beetlejuice, Godzilla -1, 300, Parasite, and Scarface. I love building my physical collection. Yeah.
I'm jealous.
That's awesome.
I went through a fucking phase, man, with Blu-rays. When Blu-rays were a thing, I went through a hard fucking phase. I was broke as shit at the time. Yeah. Not that I'm not now, but like I was really broke as shit at the time, but I still loved, dude. I got nothing. Like it was like being a kid, and when you would go and get a couple of packs of cards and rip the cards open, going to like used Blu-ray places and buying Blu-rays for like $4 and $10 or whatever, and really building your collection was such a high for me. I would take entire days and go out and hit like 17 different pawn shops, and it was the best. I miss it. I don't do it anymore because now it's just like they fucking end up. There's gonna be 8K. There's gonna be a fucking toaster, fucking whatever. But dude, I respect the fuck out of it, and I'm pumped.
Well, Kyle, you're being smart, dude, because the reality of it is physical media is the way. Unfortunately, we've already seen it happen. I've had it personally happen where I bought a movie on Amazon, a digital collection, and it was deleted because they lost the rights or something. And Amazon is pretty much like, that's my bike, punk. When you try to get your money back, they don't give a fuck. They're Debo. They Debo your ass. They don't care. And it's really stupid. I don't know how they get away with it, because when you get a digital purchase, right? It's a movie or a video game. That should be yours. You're paying hard-earned money to own that particular video game or movie, $60, $70 or $20, $25, whatever it may be. But then at any point, if they lose the license, you're basically a long-term booty call. You rented it, and then they have the right to take it back. At least if you have the physical copy, that's yours. I tried to tell you
this, bitch. I tried to
well, I know, but it's not going to matter because
I was like, stop.
The avalanche is coming, the tidal wave. It's all the next generation of consoles, PS6 and the next Xbox. It's all out the window. It's done.
The way to do it, like, and don't get me wrong, it's not the right way, because like I appreciate the fuck out of people collecting and whatever. Like, and again, I love it. But if you have to be frugal, really, to be honest, the way to do it these days is to not buy anything. Don't buy it digitally. Don't buy it, whatever. If you want to watch a movie, fucking find it, pay $4 and watch it. And you'll probably save the most that way. But if you want to collect, I respect that too.
I like to, yeah, I still have like DVDs of my favorite movies and Blu-rays and stuff like that. Now I have some 4Ks that some gracious subscribers have sent to me over the years, and that's great. But unfortunately, the writing is on the wall. Digital media is here to stay, and it's just a matter of time where all physical media is going to be wiped out. Like it's going to be gone. But
and they are preying on fucking, just like horror is, by squeezing every last dime they can out of the horror community. The movie community is doing the same thing by releasing special edition shit and charging retarded fucking amounts of money.
There was well, I think the Lion King live action was being released a few months ago, and they were charging like $50 fucking for the 4K or something, or the Blu-ray.
Look at what they just did with the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. I mean, like, fucking dude, like, and you know what they'll do? In 2 years, they'll release another one, and they'll keep doing that. And you'll be like, I just fucking like affirmed this shit for like $500 to get this super cool pumpkin for this Halloween collection or whatever. And they're just really fucking.
And what's really sad about it too is that they have the opportunity to go back and they can edit things out that they don't feel that is socially acceptable anymore. So you're not even getting the full version anymore. They just did that with Crocodile Dundee. They just did it because there was a scene in it.
How you gonna fuck with Crocodile Dundee?
Well, Paul Hogan was behind it. He was like, or not behind it, but he was like, yeah, that's good. It's like, fucking shut up and eat your goddamn shrimp. But it's like, you know, it's like they removed a scene from that movie because they felt like it was culturally insensitive. Dude, shut the fuck up. You cannot go and monitor and police every film that came out.
Can't change history, man.
It's stupid. But anyway, we have Deshaun Chaney saying MJ is a big W right behind Jenny. 100%. She's not a big W though. She's a big L behind Jenny.
I would take Jenny personally. I think MJ in the original Spider-Man, huge L.
I think Mary Jane in the original Spider-Man trilogy is a complete slut-ass fucking bitch, but she's not as bad as Jenny. Jenny is like taking advantage of a disabled man in more ways than one to like gaslight him and
I'm back, but I have AIDS,
and then hide whatever she had, and then hide the fact that she got pregnant by him and not knowing, you know, like she did. She's like,
I do love titties.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
crazy.
Smart. Oh. Take it or leave it. Men, friendly reminder to check out Deuce Area 2024. Take it or leave it. It's told us about that. Just like JT Owsley is brigading. I'm sorry, JT. Whatever that fucking movie is that you always 11-14.
How could we forget?
Robin Barker, thank you so much. No message attached. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Rob.
We have Tiffany. Hey guys, just wondering, since I think you watched American Horror Story a long time ago, we did. What was your favorite season, least favorite, and most underrated? She says Asylum with asterisks.
I try to remember. Honestly, they all ran together so much, dude.
I liked. I think I know it may sound like a cop out, and maybe it is. I remember, and I always think that the first season of American Horror Story was the best season. I think they did a great job, a phenomenal job. They had like a great cast. They told the story correct. It was fun. It was engaging. You wanted to know what was going to happen next episode. I feel like least favorite. I did not like the one with the witches. I think it was just called American Horror Story Witches or something. I thought that was dumb as hell. I didn't like it. I didn't get behind that at all. It was boring. I didn't like anything with that. Because I feel like there was a payoff that was supposed to happen in that, or maybe it was the season. I can't remember. I know I watched a lot of them, but there was another season where like they made a deal with the devil, and there was supposed to be this big payoff at the end, and nothing. I don't know.
I'd definitely go Murder House #1. I'd probably go Roanoke season 2, even though they dicked us around with that and jumped around. I love the idea of actually doing Roanoke. That was fun to me. Apart from that, it all just kind of ran together. They would tease something and then they would switch past like 2 episodes in, and finally we just lost interest, you know.
Yeah,
but
we covered a lot of the seasons. I think underrated. I feel like, I know some people are like, there's no way, but I do feel like Hotel was underrated. I think Lady Gaga was really good. I think she actually was really good.
I don't even remember that one very well. Election was not that bad because it had Evan Peters did a good job in it too.
But yeah, great question, Tiffany. It's just been forever. American Horror Story is a weird time in history where I thought it was going to be around forever, and then they just kind of dropped the ball after a while. But
yeah, they really fucked that up.
They did fuck that up. We also have Brandon Barry saying, "What do you guys think of WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia?" I think it's fine. I think it's great. It's whatever. I mean, because you know what? They're paying for it. They're putting a lot of money into it. If that's where you got to go to get the best production, all for it. Whatever, man. I mean, it is what it is.
There's a lot that goes into that I'm just not privy to and don't know. But I just know that, like, yeah, there's so much that goes into that, what those people have done, what the whole situation is or whatever. I like that they're keeping boxing alive in a way because nobody else is.
Yeah.
But as far as them spreading their reach into further stuff,
I mean, if Saudi Arabia is willing to foot the bill and, yeah, like you just said, keeping boxing alive by giving them the money that they need, and they don't have to do there's the political unrest is so in such a way with boxing or just certain sports events, like they have to go outside to do certain things. Like, it's fine. At least you guys get to watch it.
I feel like wrestling shouldn't have to, though. Like, wrestling has,
I know, but
successful enough. They shouldn't have to like delve into those deep, dark fucking territories. But again, not learned on what's going on with the Saudis and all that stuff. So I honestly don't even want to say anything, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Robin Barker says Jay dropped the AC unit on the Misty lady and killed her. Well, she didn't die, and there was no lady that I dropped it on. I put it next to the window as I crawled out. I was very respectful of the AC unit. Lord of Dogtown, thank you so much. She gifted one membership. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah,
man.
dude.
We have Brent Fabian Rayburn says, what do you guys think of the dude Ed Gein series coming out? I'm always a little iffy on Ryan Murphy shows. Yeah, same. I think it looks fine. I think it looks okay. I'm not particularly interested in it, and like as long as they're not going to make him like a victim. Like a lot of these shows do a weird thing. They always try to make these like fucking monsters, Ted Bundy, Dahmer in some ways, like victim, like you feel bad for them or something. They're trying to like write it in a certain way. We're like, well, it wasn't their fault. It was their fault. They're fucking weirdos.
And Ryan Murphy particularly is bad about that.
Yeah. Now Ed Gein, I don't even think he served prison time. I think he actually was taken to some kind of asylum and he died in an asylum. And they did rule him insane based on he had some kind of learning disability or was considered mental retarded or something like that. So it wasn't like the same thing, but it depends on.
I didn't know that. Stacey James says Charlie Hunnam said he found the humanity.
There's no, I mean, dude, maybe that's just wording to say that it was a hard role to connect with and you found something in there that you can act out. I don't know, but I personally probably won't give a shit about it. I don't think Ed Gein's that fascinating in my opinion. I know it was because of the Ed Gein story that a lot of the other horror movies spawned from that. Like, you know, we got Leatherface and probably Jason in some way and other films, but I don't know, man. Like I just don't care enough to, I think that there was a lot of things that happened with that guy, abuse and shit. And he was obviously mentally slow, challenged. And I don't know. These movie studios have a way of like trying to victimize killers in a way. I'm like, that's not healthy. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. And again, like another thing about it is the fact that I know it inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre and inspired so many famous horror movies. But when you look at the story of Ed Gein, when you realize that he only officially was convicted of killing like 2 people, how far are they going to stretch that? Like, how much story is really there?
Well, there were rumors and shit, like speculation that he killed more. I don't know.
Yeah. So I haven't watched the new trailer. I watched the first trailer, and it's enough to make me. I'll watch it. It's on October. Netflix doesn't do fuck on in October anymore for horror, so I'll watch it. But yeah, I have the same sketchiness that Jay does for sure.
Big Monkey Nuts says, "Love the alien paranormal stuff, Jay. I hope you bring it more often and freak out Mike." I mean, yeah. I think it's always interesting and fun to do. I usually find out about it a little bit later when it's not that fresh, but yeah, there's a lot of weird coincidences that are going on. And I don't know, maybe one day we'll try to put together a show where we just do that. We'll just maybe 10 10 of you will show up and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about fucking goddamn tall tales from the hills of Kentucky.
I always say, dude, you should do like an alien update like every other week on Patreon or something, a membership, like fucking just deep dives into the alien shit.
Yeah.
I think that shit would be good.
But I'm glad you like it, man. We have Gary saying, yeah, Balrog is the boxer in Street Fighter. Okay, there you go. In Street Fighter 50 Cent has that weird hairstyle. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I didn't know he was cast. That's cool. I had no idea. So, yeah, we're more of a Mortal Kombat type of people than Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter. I never knew the backstories of the characters that well as much as I do Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So cool, man. Emotionless Zombie says, fuck, marry, kill, ring girl, grudge girl. I like you, girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Grudge girl wasn't a girl though. The grudge girl was the little fucking Japanese boy, right? That was like,
no, that was her son. No, that was her son.
Okay. I'm gonna
kill
the. I mean, you can't fuck the ring girl's the child, right? So like you gotta kill. That's an impossible.
Yeah, fuck you, emotional zombie. You can't put this question out.
Yeah, you can't be like, I will fuck tomorrow. Like that's
because the only one that I know of that was of age was the grudge girl because she had a daughter.
Yeah, that's an unanswered. I appreciate it, motionless. I see where your mind's at, but also you can't pick. I can't
do that.
That's an impossible answer to answer. It's an impossible question to answer. You can't do it. Kill them all. As you have to take a flamethrower.
Yeah, I can't answer that question. There's no way.
Fuck the I like you girl because you'll have a memorable night no matter what. And then apart from that, you got to kill the other two.
I like you for VHS. That bitch made me pass out when I saw that fucking thing. First time I ever saw it on VHS, that shit, I legitimately fainted.
Tomo says Grudge Girl was an adult.
Yeah, Grudge Girl was the adult, and she had a daughter, a son, and then the ring girl was she was like 14 or 15.
So I'll marry Grudge Girl. I will fuck I like you girl, and I will kill ring girl because the other two are an option.
I think that's the only safe way you can go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be like, oh yeah, Tamara. Somebody call
nice try, motherfucker.
But we got one more. We got Turd Turlington says Halo Reach 15th anniversary, getting some Little Caesars cheap ass pizza.
Yeah.
Case of Mountain Dew Zero because of diabetes.
Woo!
And playing it all damn night. I want to hang out with you, Turd, and do all these things. These sounds awesome. These sound like legendary things. These sounds like things that you need to have wrote down in a journal so you can remember them. Mike and I played the fuck out of Halo Reach for like
great times.
2 or 3 years straight, dude.
Great memories.
God damn. That sounds awesome. That sounds like a hell of a night, dude. That sounds like an awesome night.
I love it, dude. You just got me jacked. I remember those nights. They were great times.
They were good times. But you know what's also been a great time? It's been tonight. This has been a great time. I beat you to it. No, I know.
Thought it was a great time. Hey, we fucking love you guys so goddamn much. Great fucking great stream.
Michael, I know. I was joking, dude. I understand. I know that you're probably 4 or 5 years old. I just felt old when you said it.
You guys are the fucking best. Top 10 movies 2002. We did that shit. 2003 is next, and all sorts of cool shit coming up. October's on the horizon, sluts.
Dude, when we get past 2010, we're gonna run into a fucking drought.
Ooh, it's gonna get nasty.
It's gonna get really droughty.
It's gonna get real nasty, but it'll be a good time nonetheless. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We will see you next week.
See you guys
with our dicks
Bye.
in our hands.